Пошли. Все вместе. Какие ваши доказательства?
They want you to comply.
Cancel culture is about canceling.
Кокаином.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
This is systematic bullying that's happening.
Woke moralists. Up yours.
And they believe that they can then
Woke
shut us
moralists.
up.
F around and find out.
Up yours. Woke moralists.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stop Ben Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stop Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like
Up yours.
We'll see who cancels who. They want you to comply.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey. I just got one thing to say.
The Yankee lose.
Who is that again? That's Vlad.
That's
right?
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Ortiz.
Right. Yep. Yeah, the Yankees are out of the play. We were just talking about baseball before because the Toronto Blue Jays have knocked the Yankees out of playoff contention.
I understand these references. How dare you assume I don't? I know about the baseball cup and
yeah.
Oh my God,
baseball cup. Yeah,
you'd be surprised.
Don't ruin this for
my
us,
knowledge
Lance.
of baseball. So.
I'm guessing you're a Seattle's Mariners guy, Mike.
I'm more of a Michigan Pandas guy. I think they've been playing really well.
So you're actually rooting for the Detroit Tigers, you mean?
They're okay. You know, they haven't been on their best game this year, but you know, look, I know a lot. I've seen Rookie of the Year. I've seen The Sandlot. So you'd be surprised. I'm pretty plugged in, you know, as the kids would say.
Well, I couldn't care less without the Mets in the playoffs. So, but rooting for it's nice to see the Blue Jays go on. I would like to see it would be cool to see Blue Jays versus Mariners in the World Series. Mariners
it'd be cool to see like
been.
a different team that you know isn't normally in the mix. Like Jays haven't been to the World Series since '93. So
the Mariners never. I don't think they've never won at least.
And like I was looking, the Yankees won in 2009. Like people are,
it's been a while actually.
That's not a while. That's like yesterday.
For the Yankees, that's a while. I mean, the Dodgers just won last year, and they're still in.
I feel nothing for any fan base that has won since 2000 in anything. Like Leafs haven't won a cup since 1967, so fuck anybody else.
Canucks have never won, so
Canucks have never won anything. So I feel bad for teams that never won anything or have like decades long streaks. But fuck the Yankees. Fuck any fan base that won recently. Fuck the LA Dodgers. I hope I don't want to. I really don't want to play don't want to play the Dodgers. Like if Jays actually make it to the World Series, I don't want to play the Dodgers because I don't want a team that's won recently. So if Jays lose, at least I'll feel bad, but it's like, at least that other team hasn't won.
I don't know. Blue Jays have been playing pretty good, though. I think they might be the team to beat, honestly. I think you guys should be the favorites, quite frankly. You guys had an amazing season.
Yeah.
94 wins or something like that, right? I think that's other than the Brewers, that's the most, I think. The second most.
Yeah. And it's just like I have, you know, I'm on and off of baseball depending on how the Jays are doing. I'm definitely more of a hockey guy, but having watched this team, watched a lot more baseball this year than usual. Baseball is so fun to watch when your team is actually good. When your team sucks, it's like the worst sport. I find
tell me about it.
It is so incredibly hard to watch, so boring when your team sucks. But if your team is good, it's really interesting.
Well, speaking of the Brewers,
the Mets had their. What were you saying?
Oh, I was going to make a transition and say, you can continue this conversation. But speaking of the Brewers. somebody who has been brewing up the hits when it comes to the music sphere is joining us today. It's Zed Tabani.
Hey, what's up?
Whoa, in like
What's
a-
up?
you doing?
I thought you were gonna make a Dodgers joke because I'm routinely offended as an LA native by the Dodgers slander right here.
So
you're
I'm
a Dodgers
dodging
guy?
the
You're a
haters.
Dodgers guy?
I have puns for the entire show about
The
baseball.
Dodgers won last year. Why should anyone care at all about what any Dodgers fan has to say about anything?
First off. All right, like we're from California. We are not used to not being spoiled. Okay, all right. It's not one. It's not two. It's
Exactly.
we
All
have
the more reason to hate you.
We have LeBron. Hey, fuck you. We have LeBron and Luca, and we're still unhappy. Okay, all right. Okay, it's not a
Good. You should be
it's-
unhappy. You don't deserve happiness.
I'm just.
The rest of us need some of that.
I'm gonna.
Not to
needle
mention the
you
weather. The
during-
weather alone is a reason to be happy.
Oh, the weather. Hey, listen. I will 100% admit that LA's weather is over. Like in terms of, there was like a tier list of weather in like the world. LA just got overtuned. Like we've been buffed so much with weather. I mean, we have like our entire state burns down every January through March. But you know, it's a small price.
I guess
to pay
that part
for,
sucks.
yeah.
Well,
infinite
speaking of the
summer.
weather, somebody who could bring a little bit of sunshine.
Look at these transitions.
What are these transitions?
Ariana
I think Mike has
Jasmine.
been practicing.
Hey!
Hey, how's it going?
I haven't met you before, Ariana. Hi, I've seen your work. You're amazing.
Oh my god, thank you. I appreciate it. Hi guys.
You
Sorry
haven't
I'm
been on
late.
since Ariana has joined?
No,
Has it been that long?
It's been that long. It's
I like
been
your new
that
background
long.
instead.
Yeah.
It looks cool. I like it.
It looks very
I don't
good.
know- yeah, I don't
Oh,
know what you did.
my new setup.
Yeah,
Thing?
everything looks new. It's
Thank
it's
you.
very
Yeah,
green.
I moved. I think I had to do like all the stuff with Evo, which was crazy this year, and then I moved literally right afterwards. And then like this space was like a cave with the amount of echo it is. So I like spent money and got it soundproof. So now it's a nice little studio, and I still got to get like lights and everything because all my lights are like yellow, so it looks like I'm in the middle of the sun every time I turn on the fluorescent lights here. But yeah, it's nice. I appreciate. I'm glad you guys like. I hope I sound okay and don't sound like a cavern's in there. But
Yeah, I'm curious. So, did you move to Saudi Arabia?
Oh, fuck you, bro.
For anyone that
Wait,
doesn't
why
know,
did I
Saudi
move to
Arabia
Saudi-
bought Evo, so I
Oh,
don't know if you want to speak on that.
Really?
No, I'll 100% speak on that because I haven't posted a video on it yet, but I was going to. So I literally so first off, nobody in the fucking staff of Evo knew that was happening. Like at
I
all.
figured, yeah, that's like
So
above your
pretty-
heads, right?
So pretty much, yeah. So Evo's owned by Sony and RTS. So the first news we got was Sony was selling Evo. If you don't know what Evo is, it's the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. Community founded. It's like it's a nice, great event. I do all the music for it. It's really great, and we get to have a lot of cool privileges that other events don't. Where we can say fuck you to certain corporate things, and then we get to do really cool community oriented things. But we've been owned by Sony and RTS, which is like this management agency, right, for like the last few years since we came back. So Sony sold us to Nodwin Gaming, which was an esports like corporate like kind of thing, but they're good because they're an event company. So Sony, who wants us to kind of like advertise PlayStation all the time and has certain things that are not really a priority for it, like it's more in line with esports stuff. So it's like, okay, cool. And then RTS was like, hey, we're gonna take money from Kadia, which we weren't happy with, but I was like, all right, fine, I guess that's what's happening. All right. And then we found out 2 days later that they were bought by Kadia, like entirely. So they're now the co-owners of Evo. And a guy, I can leak this, a guy from Kadia posted a picture of the general manager. Like there was a museum tour in Vegas that like, you'll go with like affiliates and stuff like that. It's like, oh, we're going on a museum tour in Vegas and chilling. He posted a picture of that on LinkedIn. And so the general manager and everybody who worked at Evo found out from this LinkedIn post that we'd been bought. And he made it out to be like, oh, we were making a deal in the back room and all of that kind of shit. So right now, a lot of people are wondering what they're going to do. Some people are thinking about quitting. I don't know what my future there is going to be right now. But it's a precarious situation because obviously Saudi Arabia with human rights issues and everything like that. The other side of it is that they're telling us they're not going to touch the Vegas show, but at the same time, I don't know, man. It's a giant minefield. I don't want the community to be co-opted, but at the same time, I don't want to participate in things that I'm not happy with.
I
So,
can see
yeah,
this creating
it's,
a scenario where like new events pop up, like someone like
I
more
mean, like,
community run stuff starts popping up in replacing or in an attempt to at least replace it. I'm not sure if it would be able to do it based on the size of
yeah.
Evo, but I can see
the issue isn't even that. Like, I mean, like most of the people. I mean, we have the Evo staff pretty much works Combo Breaker, right? Like that's the event that would replace it. So Rick runs Combo Breaker and he runs Evo, right? And they're very separate. Like there's separate pools for everything, but like Combo Breaker is like a huge community first event, right? Like there's that would be the event that would like take over and be like, hey, this is the through line to everything, and that is a thing that could happen. But right now, like the internal fight right now is making sure that Vegas is a community owned event. From what I know, they want I don't even know how much I'm like allowed to talk because there's still like a lot of internal
don't get in
struggles
trouble
going
if you
on.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah, no, I don't
Not
want
at our
to
expense.
because it's like it's not even like because people are wondering about it, and like I'm not gonna be like I wanted to like talk shit on the Riyadh Comedy Festival stuff, and even then I had to be like, well, I have to be careful because like right now there's a lot of people's like safety is in the balance of this, and so I have to just be careful about what I say and how I say it. But in general, no, I'm not down with things that Saudi Arabia has done.
Yeah,
I'm not really happy about the decision.
Not down with the crown.
I'm not down with the crown.
Down with the crown.
I don't like. There's also like it's such a fuck because there's also like Islamophobia around the situation too, right? With like a lot of people. Yeah, and it's a hard situation to just deal with in general. I'm just talking because I get nervous when I have to fucking.
Well, the situation, and I think this is to make this clear. Like the situation with this, or with those comedians going to the comedy festival and what was it called again? The
Riyadh Comedy
Festival.
We didn't have a choice. I didn't know.
Right.
I have more freedom than a lot of other people do on there because I have an immense amount of leverage with this event. Like we're the only event. Like when people talk about fighting corporate power, I'm like the one I am the one example in the esports music and one of the few examples in the sports music industry where I fought corporate power and got workers to own everything. Like everybody who works at Evo, who does music for Evo, owns their masters. Evo doesn't own anything. Like none of the Sony doesn't own anything. We own all of, so we could walk with the music if we wanted to, right? They have a blanket license to do what they want to do, like to do it for their events and stuff. But anytime money is made or anytime there's stuff sold, like we get that from those masters, right? Which is great. But like, you know, I'm under contract, so I could leave or do whatever. But also, I'm like quintessential to the identity of this whole thing that they do for the event every year. So, but
what I was saying was the issue with like that you have probably and with the people with the comedy festival and the WWE going over there, isn't that like they're performing in or connected in some way to Saudi Arabia? That's not the issue. There's nothing like because if that was the issue, you could say there's good reason to not perform in the United States.
Yeah,
right.
Too.
Exactly.
But the issue though is that this isn't like some company in Saudi Arabia doing this. It is the literal Saudi Arabian government. It's the literal royal regime that's buying up this stuff, that's setting this stuff up, it's their government entertainment agency that put together the comedy festival that brings the WWE there. I'm assuming they're the ones who bought the esports fighting thing.
The city of Qadiyah, I think, is who bought it. I don't know. It's an investment fund. But I don't know, man.
The whole issue though is that this is specifically a Saudi Arabian government sort of campaign to whitewash what the Saudi Arabian government has done, or what people view the Saudi Arabian government as having done all over the world. There's literally going to be a WWE show this weekend in Perth, Australia, that is brought to you by the Saudi Arabian government.
Yeah.
In Australia. Like, that's not them bringing something to the people of Saudi Arabia. That's them literally trying to change their image, what they've done, without actually changing how they treat people, the executions, the killing of journalists, the jailing of people, the jailing of people, soccer players who like don't perform or whatever.
Yemen.
Yeah, that is the issue here. It's not that if it was the people of Saudi Arabia, I'm sure deserve comedy and pro wrestling and esports fighting. And if there was a company or an organization,
I hope it didn't come off like I was
them,
trying to. I hope I didn't come off like I was trying to apologize for that kind of stuff.
Oh,
I hope
not
that's
at all.
not what.
No.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm just trying to explain to people the difference here and why it's not Islamophobic
And
to be against this, because it has nothing to do with the people of Saudi Arabia. It's nothing to do with the people of Saudi Arabia. It's that the fact of the matter is the government of Saudi Arabia is involved with all of these companies that are going over there now, and it's explicitly so they can whitewash the view all over the world of Saudi Arabia without them actually changing anything they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of
to your
views,
point, when you were talking about
were you
that,
about to
it's
do
the same
another
thing as if
transition,
someone was
Mike?
performing in the United States, and they were doing something on the behalf of like Trump was throwing an event. Like if Trump threw a comedy festival that was sponsored by the White House at the White House ball, and you couldn't speak shit about the Trump regime, and you had to basically just like clown on the libs.
Yeah,
I have the same problems to artists who performed at that, right? Like that's a state-sponsored event where you're intentionally whitewashing the crimes of Donald Trump and his regime. That would be the same issue as the comedians who performed there.
Like I saw comedians trying to defend the Saudi Arabia festival, being like, "But the U.S. has all." I'm like, but the difference is obvious. Like it's one's being paid by the government, the other is not. Like that's.
Can I ask a question
Speaking of people
though?
who argue,
Mike's trying to do a transition.
You guys are so misogynistic. The one time I wanted to speak. Okay.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead, Ariana. Welcome, Rebecca.
No, I know. I was
Rebecca.
Like, that's why you spoke.
Yeah, I know. I was like, just leave me.
Rebecca's like, I heard you guys talking shit about the Saudi royal
Ariana,
family. I gotta
Ariana.
butt in. I gotta butt in. I gotta defend.
Ariana
I
was
gotta
gonna
defend my
ask
family.
Go ahead, Ariana. My bad.
Hi, welcome, Rebecca. I wanted to ask you two questions. Do I pronounce your name Zaid? Is that how you pronounce it?
It's Zed or Zeta, so it's whatever. It's whatever's easiest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you Muslim?
Yes.
Okay. I think that the conversation of Islamophobia with Saudi Arabia kind of went out the window when they chopped up Khashoggi and put him in a bunch of vats of acid.
Right. I'm not. This is why I was saying, like, I'm not like. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like, hey, you opposing this is Islamophobic to oppose like them. I think I also have issues with that, right? Like I'm saying specifically, I think when issues like this happen, right, you have certain people who are like, hey, here's a righteous reason for opposing because of all of the human rights abuses and all of these problems, like stuff like them killing journalists, right? Like Jamal Khashoggi, cutting him up, putting him in acid, right? Like all of that is valid. But then there are other people who jump onto that and like, yeah, you know, these Muslim people are really fucking repressive, right? And so that's where I have that issue in that line. So that's the reason I said like it's very complicated in that sense. There's no part of me that's defending that. I'm more worried about people who, like me, do not like what happened with Evo, right? And their lives and their jobs and everything else, not even their jobs, their lives and everything like that hang in the balance of whatever happens with this deal, right? And we didn't know anything about it. So that's mainly what I'm trying to say. So no part of me is like whitewashing or like apologizing for anything that happened with them. And I promise you there's no part of me that's trying to like middle in the middle. I'm in trouble because of all the
No, I truly believe you. Sorry, Matt, I'm gonna let you speak real quick because I'm Muslim too. That's why I asked. But
sure.
I just think the whole personally, this is just me.
Yeah.
I like to stay away. Not that anyone here has to do that, but I think post-Israel October 7th propaganda, I like to stay away from kind of comparing being critical of a country's government and the religion of the people who practice, whether in the government or the majority of the people, right? Because I don't think that Saudi is a representation of Islam, and I don't think the
100%.
people there are a representation of Islam either. Now, there's always going to be shitheads that are going to be like, oh, Saudi Arabia, you know, they stone people, blah, blah, blah. That's how Muslims are, right? And you have people like Valentina Gomez in Texas running for office, and she literally said that we chop off goats' heads for like on a daily for a campaign video. So I get where you're coming from with that. I guess I would say not with you, but normally when someone does bring up, oh, it's anti-Semitic or it's Islamophobic to be,
Right.
Critical of a government, that's where my red flags start going up, because I think to myself, well, no, Trump is not a representation of Christianity. It could go for anything.
I completely understand. Yeah, and I can get why it would come off that way, especially like with me in my public profile with Evo and me bringing that up, right? Because that's the first thing a lot of people will be like, well, it's Islamophobic to criticize this government, and it's like, no, you're criticizing the actions of a government, not the people who live there, who also go through repression, right? So like, right. I think I 100% am with you on that. And like, again, like especially with Israel, that's like the most blatant example of like people conflating Judaism, right, with Zionism or with the governmental actions of the state of Israel, right? And I think that, like when you talk about this kind of stuff, there were people who also talked about like, hey man, like there are people who are being like who understand the issue here, but they're jumping on the, hey, there's a genocide in Israel happening, to like push in through anti-Semitic people. Like obviously they're not the majority, and that's not the majority issue. But also I'm like, this is the first time I've answered questions about this situation, which is I'm really worried about.
It's also hard because in America you're expected as a Muslim to like speak for every single thing that happens, like in the Arab world.
But Ariana can attest to it. Like we like Muslims are all the time. Like Rebecca can attest to it. Like Muslims, Black, like we're always like, hey, one of you did this. So
exactly,
where's your press conference about like if I had $1 for every time I said I condemned Hamas, I'd have to have like $88,000. Like since the beginning of this kind of thing.
No, but I was just talking about this exact thing. And it's true. I was just saying this to my girlfriend, Olay. I was like, yo, on a lot of the things that are going on right now with Palestine, with other countries, if we're directly related to it by family or by whatever, people will expect you to say something on it. And 10 times out of 11 times out of 11, we will probably have already talked about it. We have content surrounding it. We've mentioned it. And somebody had mentioned on one of these episodes, because they didn't like what I said, they said, or Googled Rebecca, or no, put Rebecca into Twitter, and I don't see she said anything about Palestine. And that's a whole lie, right? I've been talking about Palestine, especially working with Ben, even before it was trendy to do so, or all these other things. So people will... they'll want to center you at the conversation, and they always, I think, want everybody to have the same idea for it. And I think if you have, oh, my mic isn't connected. It's okay. Look, you try to put it in secret. It's okay.
I was literally writing the same thing in private chat.
Like Rebecca, like get
I didn't want
together.
to interrupt you because you're making a great point. I'm sorry.
Hold on. No, but
she's
honestly,
so I'm not gonna say anything.
Here we go. Honestly, I do believe that the way people expect everyone to, right, Kamala Harris, everybody wants everybody to have the same idea when it comes to Kamala Harris. And even though everybody may have wanted to support Kamala Harris and voted for Kamala Harris, people still have different criticisms of that or how they think about it. Now, if it's not harmful, hurtful, if you are not supporting genocide or whatever, you can have nuanced conversations. And I think that is the part I think people are missing, the nuanced part, and that to me can be very problematic if everybody wants to stay centered on this one thing when there's like a lot of issues or a way that we can round it out and really get real descriptive, get in it past what is just surface level. And then when you do that though, they're like, oh no, now you an op. Now, so is this what you're trying to say? Is this what you mean? And it don't even be that. But yeah, it can be very problematic.
I get really frustrated, especially like again, like I've been following Palestine and Israel for like my whole fucking life. When you grow up Muslim, that is something that is a part of your life, right? And I remember getting suspended from school like when I was like in fucking like I think I was like 4th grade or some shit because like there was a conversation about Israel and Palestine, and I was like, hey, well, Palestinian kids die too, and I got suspended, right? This has been a part of my life for like most of my life, and it's been something where you have to deal with it, and then watching people come out of the woodwork and like support it, which is great. It's something I never thought I'd see in my lifetime talk about this. But in that like rush, there's a lot of fucking people who come out who I feel like it's a fetishized issue for them, and it gets really fucking upsetting to me. And like, because you remember when it was like the black squares on not to again, if I'm overreaching
Trayvon Martin,
bro, well, like with like with other people taking up the space of Palestinians, of people from that region, right, going through it, like a lot of like, I don't want to just blanket it by white leftists, but specifically like very pale figures or other people who like who want that influencership or that content model on TikTok jumping on to this trend, right? And silencing other Palestinian creators, right? Because they're not the exact type of opinion that they want, right? And I get really, really frustrated by that, it makes me feel icky. It makes me feel like, oh well, fucking as soon like if this like ceasefire or whatever goes through in a year, will you be talking about the devastation in Gaza and what Gaza has to and like helping these families, right? Are you going to be making like a content piece? Are you going to be doing GoFundMes and taking care of them, or are you there for this moment, right? And for me, it's like it's just a big frustration, right? Like you're either about this thing or you're not about this thing, and I don't know. Again, like that's another thing where like it can come off like I'm denouncing. Like I'm not. I'm very pro Palestine. I'm very pro Gaza. Yeah, and it's
that doesn't give that you're denouncing at all. I think that frustration, because what happens is the issues come about and it's so trendy, and everybody and some of the creators who are not from these group of people, or they become the face of it, and it becomes very linear. Their coverage sometimes can seem like, okay, this is all you're talking about, and then when you'll go to like where you'll go to probably Ariana's page and you'll get more, you'll see more, those type of things, because it's more of it's not a trend, it's not that. And to mention that sometimes, it can be a part of the leftist groups where it's just like, have this outrage right now, and a few months down the line, it ain't that. We're moving on to the next one. So it's whichever is trendy. I remember when it came to 2020, it was, and the same issue, the issues be the same now, but it's like, when it was like the Black revolutionary time, everybody was outside, and it really gave, and it was really just the left. It wasn't only white folks, but I see what you're saying when you say that, Zed, but it was like, it gave photo op, because this is a good time to say you're standing for this. And then when it's time for when the stuff is actually reaching closer into the cities, when it's in Chicago, or when it's pulling up in Portland, when it's just like all these type of things, it's like, now it's like, I don't really know if I want to touch that. I don't really know if I want to get into that. Nobody's asking for people to be out in the streets, but it's like, keep the conversations going, because just last week we were talking, or 2 weeks ago we were talking about Trey Reed, and that is now something that it's kind of like not a conversation, or we were just talking about this and it's not a conversation. But those issues, like the babies are still dying, the baby's still hungry, they're still trying to obliterate Palestine, they're still creating conversations around it where it's just still surface level, but it's like so much more is going on there every day. But I do understand too, for a lot of people, it's like, I don't want to see it. We've become more than desensitized. It's like, I just want this information that this influencer or person is putting out about it, and it's just these 5 sentences that I can have, when there's so much more information that can be given. So sometimes I've even seen where I'm like, okay, this person is the face of this issue right now, or this is what they're reposting so much, and I don't get much about the issue itself. It's like the same thing from 2 years ago or whatever, and so much has happened since. So it's kind of like I don't know. I don't know what people can really do about that, because it's a lot of the information that we
Stop,
get is on
stop
the
trying
internet.
to be influencers about it. I get tired of I think it's influencers. I'm so sorry, Ariane. I know you want to say something. I apologize.
I know Matt can't
but-
stand the influencer.
No, I can't stand like that's my biggest issue with it is I think there's this giant, and again, I don't think people are doing it for money. I think there is a thought that like activism and influencership are one and the same, right? And they're not. You know, we all have platforms and we all talk about this stuff, but that's not the extent to our activism and the stuff that we do. Right. And I think that a lot of people on TikTok, and again, they're not all nefarious people twisting their mustache or lack of, or whatever the hair that they have to twist for this metaphor. Like they're not all people who are there, who are just doing it because they have ill intent and they just want to be famous. They don't give a fuck about it. I think a lot of people feel like they don't have a voice in this, like in the deluge of noise that we live in. And they feel like, oh, well, this is an issue that's real. And this is the best way I can show that like it actually contribute to making the world better, even though like things are fucking horrible. Right. And so I don't begrudge everybody, but I do think it's misinformed when you're taking up the space of other Palestinian activists, when you're literally like attacking other Palestinians as ops, right? Because because some of them voted in the election or some of them didn't vote in the election. I think it's so frustrating.
Is this like a TikTok? I'm not aware of any. Like, is this like a TikTok thing specifically? And is that going to change?
Probably
now
a TikTok thing. Yeah.
Is that going to change now with how like the TikTok's being run? Like, that seems like it's not going to be as incentivized.
I mean, maybe. I mean, but you saw Twitter was run. Twitter got a like very conservative, like semi-Nazi who fucking took over the whole goddamn
that's allowed
thing.
on it.
And they plan on doing that for TikTok. They plan on doing that for TikTok.
They do. I don't think TikTok is going to die, but it's just going to become like Twitter, where and also TikTok has a lot of competition now too, similar to like how Twitter had. Threads and Blue Sky caught up. Like Threads passed Twitter's daily active users like about a month ago. You know?
Yeah.
And so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so right now, like TikTok, I know a lot of people who don't fucking use TikTok anymore. They use Reels or they use Shorts or they use I don't know whatever fucking other like vertical platform that's going to come around in the next like 20 minutes.
I think TikTok is going to hurt for political people, like people who are on there who cover a lot of political things when that change does come about, because they've already kind of. I remember when earlier this year when TikTok was supposed to go away and then it came back, less than 24 hours later, a lot of people were saying like, oh, now my content is demonetized. Now my stuff is muted or whatever. I'm not a TikTok girly, but I know you are, Ariana. And I just seen a lot of people who were affected by that. And that is their income, the ones that are doing the work and things like that. And so I know that happens to people when they were on Twitter and when the Hitler came over there and did that. Yeah. So it sucks because then here's that whole thing about free speech, right? And it's like I was just saying this and I'm going to do something on this, but we really need the voices that look like us to cover the stories for us, people that actually know and have the resources to talk to people there or who have an understanding. I think it's imperative to have those voices at the forefront, but to try to silence them and put other people, as the face of those issues at times can be really tough. Even when it's like, you'll see like a bigger creator kind of take just bits and pieces from a person's work instead of inviting that person on to be the expert to cover it and really go in depth about it so that people understand what's going on. I've seen that as well. So I don't it sucks because they are really trying to mute our voices when it comes to these type of issues.
I will say, I kind of want to talk about what we were talking about a little bit earlier. I do think that white leftists they do take up a lot of space, but I do think institutionally it's a problem too, because I do think institutions also prop them up. Because when the genocide first started, Al Jazeera hosted a conference with some pro-Palestine people on TikTok and Instagram, and there was not a single Middle Eastern or Palestinian person that was invited to that conference. It was all white or non-Middle Eastern people who are invited. And one of the creators specifically started a GoFundMe and claimed that he needed money for travel and for food. Turns out everyone found out that Qatar and Al Jazeera actually paid for the travel and the food in this day. So no one really knows what he did with the $11,000 that he fundraised. White
Was
man.
he black?
White.
Oh, okay. Oh, you said white. Okay.
Were you about to say Sean King?
I was thinking that too.
Were you about to say Sean King?
I'm just gonna just.
So bad.
Sorry, Ariana. Continue. Yeah.
No, you're fine. I just think that institutionally there's an issue of also a lot of these organizations tend to prop up white voices because it's a lot more palatable when a white person is saying, oh, this is a genocide rather than someone like me, because people will look at me and be like, oh, she's complaining again, right? But then if it's a white person, it's like, oh my God, what does this person have to say? Like, this is so different. You know, white people usually don't talk
palatable.
About this it's the idea, well, this is a reasonable person, right? Not like us, you know, uppity brown people, you know, like it's this thing like this. There's this synonymousness with like, oh, well, these type of people who look this way are normal, and these people are just because, you know, they look a certain way are fringe. It's yeah.
It's because they run these organizations, right? Like they're the ones that are the producers. They're the ones that are in these high positions of power, and that's how they view the world. They view like white as default, and like you know what I mean. So it permeates through how all the stuff is run and covered.
Top. I mean, it's happening right now. Like Mike positioned all the white people on the panel at the very top. And
this is actually my intervention, Mike. I'm really upset with your privilege right now in positioning.
Well, here's what I'll do. In a show of good faith, I will reposition and segregate the pay. Oh, it didn't work!
You're back in this.
Guys, give him a break. He's gay.
Yeah, you fucking homophobe.
Right.
I swear to God.
Yeah, I'm being homophobic, Zed. What the hell?
I'm sorry.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
How'd that happen? Can you drag people
I
around?
did it.
Oh, so you put the gay guy with the girls?
Oh, you can drag people around? How did you know that?
Hey,
of course.
It's that Kadia money, all right? It's that Kadia money that's getting to my head now.
So now you have the heterosexual or the men in relationship with opposite sex partners on the top, and the gays and the girls on the bottom. I see what's happening.
Hold on, that we know of. That we know
That's
of.
right.
I'm hearing some biphobia in here personally.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Not
right
to erase our.
My erasure.
There, is this better? You like this better, Mike?
The white man.
Yeah.
Okay, and the rest of us on the side.
White man.
All of the marginalized people on the side. I see.
This is, you know what this is? This is like when somebody gets Adobe Premiere and then tries out all of the transitions on their phone. Like this is
it's out of control. Out of control.
This is insane.
I want to apologize for my biphobia. I acknowledge the bisexuality. I am just saying that there is a hetero privilege that exists for bi people in opposite sex relationships that I think they would agree to as well. If I were to call them F slurs, they'd be offended. So
you're actually privileged within the gay community.
Am I?
Right?
Me?
I'm joking. We don't have to go down this path.
No, let's go down this path, David. What path are we going
You can call me an F-slur anytime. I'd love it.
I was like earlier, I was like, man, Mike, I'd really love to come on to the show and everything like that. And the first thing was like, hey Zed, what about Saudi Arabia? And now, hey, let's talk about what you said about gay people, David. All right.
Look, right? What else issues are going on in the world? Look, is there outside of there's so much. There's actually so much. Somebody said they wanted to talk about the recent the trial Diddy and how he's serving, what is it, 4 years? And people said that was last week. Well, we didn't talk about
meekest sentence imaginable. Yeah.
Is he getting a pardon?
Is he getting a
I
pardon?
feel bad for the people that testified against him. Like, I wouldn't be able to go to sleep, babe. I would be on the next flight to Cuba. Like, I would be gone.
If
you got out, that's a name. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Diddy.
Yo, did I tell you?
Well,
did I tell you one of my professors?
I don't know. It's something I'll look into.
One of my professors at Berkeley worked for Diddy. He was a mixer for, like, his name was Prince Charles Alexander, and he told me stories like where like dude would like be really shitty to interns. Like he'd order like coffee and then like a specific way they'd bring it, and then he'd like purposefully spit it out just to fuck with them, and just be like, "You
Wait,
did it
what's
wrong."
Katie
Like,
Porter?
maintain
Have
power.
you seen the videos of Katie Porter?
Okay, so there's a lot of people.
right.
There's two sides to it. Again,
Oh.
leftist issues. So there people are saying that they don't like that it should be what one of the moments for vote blue no matter who, so we can change it up. And then all of these this coverage from some really popular leftist media people who are putting out just her looking crazy, her cussing out her one of the people working for her on the campaign in the background while she was
Katie
trying
Porter?
to record something.
Yeah, there's been
Katie
talk
Porter was
about
from-
her
Katie
being.
Porter's from where I used to live. I used to live in Irvine.
She looks like
Everybody
a
got
Karen
something
on
to
the. I'm sorry, not to be that person. She high key looks like a Karen in those clips. Like it's bad, and the fact that her own
I've seen
staff
it.
was the ones that leaked it too is honestly super scary. Like I don't know.
She's like, get the
what's
fuck
going
out of my
on.
shot. Like, oh my god.
Really?
I have the
Can we
clip
see
for
that?
those
Can
who
we
haven't
watch it?
seen it. Yeah, I have it. If
Yeah,
you
bring
want
the
me to
clip
bring it
up.
in.
Yeah, play him.
Yeah.
There's been talk about her being like this for a while, and I think it came
Yeah,
up
for a
before.
while.
Yeah,
I'm from Orange
I mean, it's
County,
the same
so
thing as
I'm-
like what's her
yeah.
face? Who was the one who ran for president who hated Pete Buttigieg? What's her name again?
Oh, Amy Klobuchar.
Amy Klobuchar?
Amy
Yeah.
Klobuchar. Yeah. I mean,
No,
the
I
same
feel
thing with
bad.
her. She
She's-
was known for being someone throwing staplers and
That's
stuff
Didn't you like
like that.
make someone eat with a comb or something?
I mean, I feel bad for her,
Knows it's
especially
such a
after the
move.
latest clip of like Schumer trying to do like a joke, and she's in the background like, Jesus, Chuck, just shut the fuck
That
up.
was
Like,
embarrassing.
did you-
That Schumer
yeah, that
joke.
was the most. Like, I felt like I heard all
Kentucky
of the
Fried
things.
Fries. Like,
Yeah,
what is that even a
bro.
joke? What is this? We got to bring that up too. Did you see that, Mike? That's
I saw
insane.
that. Yeah, I really
Kentucky
I
Fried
enjoy
Fries.
Chuck
I watch
Schumer's
all of
humor.
it.
It's great.
Oh, did you see his like Zoran? Like his ad that he did, where he's like trying. I don't know what it is. Where like every single is like, you know what? Let's just do a Zoran ad. Like for like it's an ad with a politician walking, trying to be all folksy and like towards the people. Like he did a thing about the government shutdown where he said the word "fuck," and that was supposed to make headlines and stuff like that. And
Although I will say, I might have to defend the Shoom here because that ad,
The Shoom?
by Chuck, that's what the kids are calling him. I hear
Mike is
By-
an op, dude.
by Chuck
Mike is
Schumer
no.
standards. By Chuck Schumer standards, that ad was acceptable.
Did the
Yeah, it was
Baileys
all right.
accept it?
That one-
Here,
that
I'm
one
sorry.
was
This is a
okay.
quick one. We just got to watch this clip.
Compared to his other videos.
New data came out today from KFF, and that is not Kentucky Fried French fries. KFF could
Oh,
be
poor
Kentucky
Amy.
French fries.
Oh wow.
Yep, I hear you.
I know.
Poor
It's a
Amy.
dad
Oh.
joke. I don't know where he was going with this. Where we
I
at
don't
with
even
that?
know how this is. He's just talking about the Kaiser Family Foundation. Like it's just like a regular like a pollster that has data or they do studies. And
But
it
also,
just-
you're in the middle of saying that it's a dire moment for like like we don't.
Yeah,
want
this is like
Americans
a
to lose their
horrible
healthcare.
moment.
By the way, here's this
Kentucky
bad
Fried French
construct-
Fries. Like what
Yeah.
the fuck is this?
Also, that's not KFF. That would be KFFF.
FF, yeah.
Right.
Oh my.
Matt,
yeah,
somebody
it doesn't
said you
even
blocked
work.
him from your chat. Matt, is that true?
Embarrassing.
Somebody's in my
No,
chat
wait,
said that you
someone-
blocked
who's
him.
blocked? Who's blocked
Stephen
from my
K.
chat? No
Stephen
way.
K. He came over
Let
to my
me-
chat. You look.
I'm looking up now. I'm looking. Someone must
You're
have done it by
open to be in my
accident. Maybe a
chat.
mod.
It's for
Let me double
everybody,
check.
but-
I don't block no one.
What's funny because
Major-
Chuck
it says
Schumer.
majority
I don't block
report hid me-
nobody.
It says majority report hid me from their chat.
Oh, I'm not majority report. You're not hitting from my chat. I can't
my
control the majority report. I don't control their YouTube channel.
I don't know if this
I haven't
person's
controlled
stalking
their
every
YouTube
person on
channel in
Majority
literally
Report. Maybe they
10
should be
years.
blocked.
Oh no, oh, my bad, Steven. Yeah, okay. It ain't you, Matt. It's your people. It's who you work for. Okay.
Bro,
If it was
I-
10 years ago, 2015, I could have done something about it. I don't control their YouTube channel
Wait, can we
anymore.
watch the Katie
I'm
Porter
sorry.
clip, though?
I have
Oh,
it
yeah.
right here.
Yeah, put it on.
Let me see. It says remove
I wanna
other
see what everyone's
streams. Give
talking
me 1
about.
second.
Oh, sorry. That's
She looks fucking
Oh,
insane. I'm sorry. Like I know it's bad to say, but she could genuinely look scary.
If I find out that she also ate salad with a comb, I'm gonna lose it. Because that's what.
Wait, who ate salad with a comb? What?
That was Amy Klobuchar.
That was some Amy Klobuchar thing.
Yeah,
Amy
she
Klobuchar
ate
ate salad with a comb?
because her aide forgot to bring her a fork, so she like berated
Who's
them
her
and then just
name?
ate the
Is this
salad with
true,
a
or you
comb.
made
I
this
swear
up?
to God, no. This sounds like something that I would joke about. Let me actually just pull up the
I
headline.
remember.
Okay?
Yeah, I talked about this.
This sounds like something Israel would do, you know? Like this is this a
Amy Klobuchar, her interns, she wanted to eat a banana, but her interns didn't peel in advance, so she just ate the whole
So
fucking
just ate
thing,
with a
peel it
comb.
off.
Oh, there's so much lore.
Okay, you can see that.
Salad
Amy
with a
Klobuchar
comb.
I made up
screamed at
banana
an aide
one.
and then ate her salad with a comb. Well, but I just want you to know that is real lore about Amy Klobuchar.
They don't want us to know what you said though.
Yeah,
You
they
was
just
going
blocked
in
you
and out.
while you were talking. You glitched out. But anyways, play this stuff.
Oh, I glitched out. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
Okay.
Amy Klobuchar is up in the interwebs trying to stifle us talking about her.
So just I'm gonna play a little bit. Just wait for it. This is in 2021, by the way.
Fuel Center Research Center, and they're also doing work on how to make electric vehicles affordable, including for low and moderate income people, working moms, single moms like me, people who really could benefit from an extra $632 in their pocket. And it's also not just the individual savings, but it's also the total savings for our economy. So I'm on the oversight committee, you might know, and that is where we did a study recently this fall in September. And what it showed is if we don't electrify
It's
our
funny 'cause I know it's
transportation
coming.
sector, that we're going to lose more than 500,000 Californians dying prematurely to air pollution and other problems. And the state could lose. Get out of my fucking shot.
It's not that it's electric vehicles, it's that we don't use it to any of the Paris climate agreement.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that. Stay out of my shot. Okay, I'm going to start again with electric
Christian
vehicles.
Bale
saving us
here.
money.
There was another one I saw.
You ready
There was
for
another
this?
one I saw where she was doing a Zoom call, and the lights were too bright, so her aide shut them off, and then it was too dark. Just pull it up. It's too funny.
Do you have?
I just want to say
this one.
that is a
All right, let me see if I can
Christian
find-
that is a Christian Bale-esque moment right there.
Yeah.
Of like,
Yeah.
get out of the shot.
I think
Well,
it's so funny because she said her
here's the thing.
presentation voice. She's like, and then with the EVs, you save $24 per year. Get the fuck out of my shop! I'm like, what the fuck? That's insane. That's so unhinged.
Not to wash all the other shades. Like I think Katie Porter has had a very bad run over the last month. She's been kind of like over the top and kind of like, you know, like out of pocket. But in that case, I feel like I've been in that position where you're like recording and you know, like I have two cats and the cat will get in the shot. Like, get the fuck out of the shot, and you get
It's
really
not
upset
that
when
big of a deal,
your
though.
pets too,
Yeah.
Zed. Yeah,
it's not a big deal. Yeah,
Zed
of
shocks
course.
his
Like,
pet.
chill the fuck out.
All right, you should bring the cat into the show.
You're like, well, I cut my cat out. Like, those are two different things.
No, okay.
Sometimes when my dog gets in my shot, I'll shock him. That's a different.
Yeah, I knew it was going there. I knew it was going
Alright,
there.
this is-
I
alright,
wanted to
this
make
is-
sure you heard
Here we
that,
are.
Zed. I'm so sorry.
This is it.
Mike,
Hold on,
you have
dropping
been
it in the
killing
chat,
with
Mike.
the
Pull it up.
transitions this day.
Mike is in a good mood.
Mike, I just dropped it in
Mike's
the
in a good
chat.
place.
This
Okay.
is another funny.
I'm
one.
bringing it in. I'm gonna get canceled before the night is over. I'm so sorry. I love Hassan. That was a dumbass controversy, but I think it's funny to meme
That
about
was
it because
I was
it's so
amazed at how
absurd.
far
was a
that
ridiculous
spread.
controversy.
It's still
Yeah.
good.
Oh, dude, it's still
going.
The narrative evolved. They went from Hassan is shocking the dog to like Hassan is just negligent of the dog, and then the dog is afraid of like it's
Dog's not
like
allowed
it's
to
the
leave the
biggest
cube. That's the
yeah.
new one. The dog can't leave the square behind him for his own
Yeah.
vanity. He requires the dog to be there perpetually, 24/7.
A lot of these people have never apparently had a dog, or
Yeah, I know.
I've seen what big dogs do all day, which is to sleep. Like that's what they
There's like a
fucking
lot of comments like, listen, I have a dog, and I would. There was a comment I
It
saw. I was
always
like,
sucks
I have
about
a
it.
dog with
As
a
a
shock
dog
collar.
owner,
They
I
use
am
that shock collar. I'm like,
yes, I say.
why
Yeah, I
are you
saw that.
talking
Yeah, that
then?
was
Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? You can't be like, oh, this is abusive. I also have it, so I would know. Like,
Hey, as someone with a shot collar, I know what I see is abuse.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
It's so unhinged. Okay, this is the. I don't know why.
As
It's
someone
like,
with a dogfighting ring, I totally get that. What? Oh, fucking.
So it's a box within a box. Whoever uploaded this is
Not good at
hurting me.
video editing.
It's diabolical. That's crazy.
This is a 2020. Apparently, this is a 2021 Zoom call with Katie Porter.
It's a vertical video of a horizontal video in a horizontal video.
Just
What
play.
the
It doesn't
fuck?
matter. It doesn't matter. Just
What
play.
boomer uploaded this? God damn.
This doesn't matter.
So,
Just
Representative Porter, the floor is yours.
Oh yes, this is
Oh
why
my
I didn't
God.
I need the lights off, the bright lights. I'm so sorry, but I am about to get on. Bernard, I need you to turn these off. These that are killing me. Hang on one second, everybody.
You're on air.
Yes, yes, we should have. Yes.
Oh,
okay,
damn.
everybody, I'm not that dark.
She's so pissed.
How did I
Bro.
see this?
Just a minute.
Okay, that one's kind of funny.
Now they're getting
killed that
berated.
That's
staffer.
too bad.
She murdered that staffer off air. She
Yeah.
shut off the camera.
Oh my god. This is still going, by the way.
Oh,
There we
still
go.
going?
Oh, it's still
everybody,
going.
I'm sorry about that. I am
Oh,
in
she
an
moved.
OC studio.
It's the same person who was in the
getting
shot
ready
at
to
the
go
other
on
video.
Cuomo,
Was
and so I had all.
No,
Was it?
was it?
Yes, it was.
It is.
And look how quickly she ran. She
Oh, and
ran
she was
her
so
left-
afraid to
Also,
stay in the
she
shot.
waited
She
out of
was going to get
shot.
berated.
Out of that shot. She was not in that shot for long.
I love
See,
how
she learned her lesson the first time.
she went away. She's like, get me in the fucking hallway now, goddammit!
Abusing
On
your
a
staff
TV.
works.
Studio, getting ready to go on Cuomo, and so I had all those studio lights on me, and I couldn't see myself or see you guys. But thank you so.
Getting ready to go on Cuomo is a crazy
Oh.
sentence.
Can we watch it again? That was
Okay.
actually hilarious.
But
That
Cuomo
was,
had his
that
CNN
was,
show then.
that
This
was
is
cool at that
2021.
time.
Not
Yeah,
Andrew Cuomo,
2021.
Chris Cuomo.
Chris,
Oh.
CNN. It was CNN.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That is like one of the
What would
Not
she?
much
What
better,
would she,
really.
what would she be? What would
No.
she be getting ready to
Everybody
do with
is so
Andrew
creative.
Cuomo? That she would say, getting ready to go on Cuomo.
No, I just thought that the name Cuomo is now so derided. Like I thought it was like, oh, now I was like, wow, you're like advertising that.
That
Crazy
was.
word.
Can
It
we
was- at
watch
that
it one more
time,
time? I have to see that
It was
again.
considered a thing.
You should when
for
the
sure,
lights.
for sure,
when-
because Cuomo
it-
was
it's-
big in CNN. I understand. I had not clocked it was from 2021 for some reason.
It's harder to see because it goes dark, but look at her face when they shut the lights off. It is the
Okay.
funniest fucking thing.
And I love how you could tell she's like so fucking pissed off. Like she's trying to smile through it and grit her teeth. And oh my God, she's seething. Okay.
So, Representative Porter, the floor is yours.
Oh yes, this is why I didn't want to. I need the lights off, the bright lights. I'm so sorry, but I am about to get on. Bernard, I need you to turn these off. These that are killing me. Hang on one second, everybody.
No, we should put the computer up on it.
Yes, yes, we should have. Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, everybody. I'm not that.
The way she
dark.
said that.
That's too dark.
That was pretty shitty.
Oh, her face.
She's annoyed.
That's fantastic.
Right, wait for it. Right there. She's so fucking pissed.
Oh my God, bro. She's a demon. Oh
And
my
then she
God.
shuts off the camera. You know she killed
Just a
someone.
minute.
She had to murder someone. She just took him out.
Somebody
That
got a
was the end
broken
of that
rib
staffer.
when that
Yeah.
camera went off. And I just love the big smile when she comes back. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. I didn't just commit a murder.
The
Like, what the
fear
fuck?
in the staffer. Yeah.
That's so insane. And this poor staffer, you know, she's like fighting for her life. She's like, oh my God, I'm going to get fucking like murdered when this is over. What is wrong
They
with
took-
these
they-
people?
they- they
It
took
was
her out of the
fresh-
room.
it was the
She went
fresh years of
somewhere else.
COVID,
Yeah, they moved her.
and the girl in the back is like, I
sets.
gotta keep this job.
She's in a hallway now, though. Oh, there's
Yeah,
definitely
she
a
moved.
staffer. There's definitely a staffer on all fours right now with that laptop on their back, and she's in the middle of the hallway. I'm telling you.
Wow. Shut up, Matt. Oh God.
That's
She's in the
crazy.
hallway. Where's the desk?
I need a human table. A human table immediately. Get down.
Damn, Katie.
Oh my god.
Wow. Well, now she has to win. There's no way
Yes.
she loses
I mean,
after this, right? It's
listen,
Trump's America now.
Listen, if she's who it comes down to, this isn't something that's disqualifying. If it's her versus a Republican or something, I mean, seriously.
Yeah, obviously.
And
yeah.
that's what I was saying.
Bro,
I
we
mean,
were
so
looking
let's
at
be
Gavin
clear with
Newsom. You
that.
think we're
Okay.
gonna
No,
we're
but
gonna
it's
elect Larry Ellison?
California. Like, do you guys not remember the Gavin Newsom recall? It literally took 12 minutes for Gavin Newsom to win again, and they thought they had such a great, it's California. A Republican's never going to win governor. Let's be.
Hold on.
okay.
I am one who remembered like Arnold Schwarzenegger being our governor for like 4 years. It
forgot
was
about
not
Arnold.
great. Not 4 years, for quite a
Well,
while.
and let's
so,
not
like,
Yeah,
forget.
that was like before I was born, though. Like,
No, it
Ronald
was not.
Reagan was the governor.
When were you born?
Arnold
Ariana?
Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
She was
what
born
was
already.
president?
Don't listen to
Governor
her.
of
Like she's just
California.
being really she's being really Gen Z right now. She don't even know.
Ariana is
wasn't
10 years
registering
old,
for
by the
her.
way. I don't think anyone knows that. She's 10 years old.
Ariana, it wasn't registering for her. She was like, I wasn't even born yet. Arnold Schwarzenegger, baby.
She hadn't begun.
wait, okay, but my understanding is that Arnold was more progressive than the average Republican, no?
I mean,
was
he's the governor of California.
From
Most governors of
now-
California are more
now he
progressive
is,
than
but
the
he
average
was
Republican.
like he was
No, but
a lot-
even for
he
his
was-
time, he was considered to be more progressive for a Republican governor.
For his time, it was 2011. It
Ah.
was 2003
He
to
was,
2011. Ariana.
he was more progressive in the sense he was more
Listen,
progressive
during
in
the
sense
civil
that,
rights
like,
era, that Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California back in that time.
I wasn't even born yet. Girl.
I remember Arnold Schwarzenegger coming on and being like, all like, this John Kerry guy's very puny and shit like that during a campaign ad. So yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think he was very progressive. He worked with Democrats but he was like definitely very partisan in all of his national shit that he did. So all the Republicans were like way like 10 toes down, nationalists during the 2004 through 8 era.
He was like a Bush era Republican because he was the governor during the Bush administration. He was a Bush era yes, he was probably considered, all things considered, being that it was California, a bit less conservative than most conservatives, but he was still a guy who had like Bush era politics, just like how George W. Bush comes out every now and then and does the funny little thing like, well, that Trump guy's crazy, right? Like,
but he wasn't
he agrees with everything he says. He agrees with the policies.
He wasn't as blatantly Islamophobic or as like anti like Latino as the mid 2000s like Republicans were, but he was like he didn't like come out against all of that. He came out against it later, right? And like
I don't think you can say that the guy behind the Iraq War wasn't Islamophobic. I mean,
that's literally the premise of my entire
saying.
like. I'm not talking about Bush. I'm talking about Schwarzenegger.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Bush was clear. Okay, let's first off, as
Wait,
someone with that perspective, part of me is like, oh man, Bush was not Islamophobic.
Because Bush is part of that like old style of like respectability politics where like, he might have been bombing Muslims, but he never would have called out an American Muslim like Trump does.
I remember working at Hollywood Video, and like it was when they were really ratcheting up, like it's a very old sentence, very ratcheting up the very like Christian nationalist messaging during the mid 2000s. And I remember like stocking the shelves of videos, and one of the videos I had to stock was just George Bush looking like this, and it was a DVD that said "Faith, the struggle of Christianity in our new president and staying true to the teachings of Jesus," or something like that. And it was like basically like an hour and a half documentary about how Bush is like so Christian and we need him during the fucking like Iraq war for the new crusades or some shit like that. So I have no illusions about that guy.
That reminds me of when I worked at Blockbuster. There was a movie from Dinesh D'Souza that came out in 2013 about Obama, and I think it was called Obama Nation. And we had one copy in the entire store, and it was always checked out. And I was tempted to like run it through our shredder that like shreds discs, so that way when they put it in, nothing would happen. Like it doesn't shred it, but it like damages it.
Or
I'm
like
okay,
relabel it as like something else. Like
Yeah,
put like a
'cause-
different disc in there.
they don't need these things. Like they don't need to see this. This is stupid. That was in
That
like I was
guy's
very
like
live back
objectively
then.
bad at like everything
Guys,
he does.
you know
like,
Bush is a
finish the-
painter now, and his paintings are horrible.
Yes,
Just like
Ariana.
Hitler.
Let me
Hitler
see.
was
Let me
also a
look him up.
painter.
We
Wait,
do know
can we-
this,
I didn't
Ariana.
know
This is
that.
well
No, I
known,
didn't know
established.
that.
Because it genuinely
Might-
looks
you
like
might have
he's,
started
like-
painting before you were born, and you're just discovering
I'll
this
pull
now.
it up, Ariana.
Calm down.
All right.
Yeah,
was in
I agree.
kindergarten
I'll pull
when
it up,
9/11
Ariana.
happened, Uncle.
Let me see.
As I was saying, can we post the can we post his paintings because it's crazy.
Oh my god.
They're crazy. Like they're so bad.
Did he do a
They're-
self-portrait?
What, he has new
this-
paintings?
I'm not
Bro,
saying this
Putin
because
looks
I hate
like
this
a-
motherfucker because I do, but his painting is like he's horrible at painting, and for some reason he still puts up like these galleries, and it's just so bad. And I
people
feel like
go
more
to
people
him.
need to talk about this.
Oh my god, I don't think I've ever looked closely, but yeah, you're right, Ariana. Let me bring it in. This is like his Putin. That's crazy. Look at that.
I was
shit.
looking at that. No, make it bigger. Yeah.
Oh my
You know,
god.
Yo,
there's an
what
art
is
form
that?
here.
That's a
What
Picasso.
is that?
Right. You see
Oh
how
my
it's like where it's
God.
not aligned. It's like you gotta have one. Like it's his signature.
Whoa.
It's like an accidental Picasso.
Did he paint
Right.
himself?
Yes,
Is
he
this
did.
AI?
And it's a few of him in these things.
Children.
He got himself down all right.
What the hell? This is insane. I don't think I've ever looked closely at
Wait,
his
you didn't know
paintings.
this? You didn't know that?
I think this is perfect. This is
I didn't know
perfectly
he was a
fine.
painter. So Ariana,
Bro, can
put
you
me on
imagine?
something.
Can you imagine going into somebody's house like, oh, what's that piece of shit on the wall?
Is that him
That's
and
a
his
George
wife?
W. Bush right there. Oh god.
So yeah, he
What
has
the
a thing
fuck?
about making the eyes. It looks like that's his thing.
This is
right?
what he was
just
meant to
make
do.
them uneven. Absolutely.
David.
Oh my god. Look at his dad, bro. Oh my god.
Who's that one though? Who's that one? It looks so familiar.
He's not
Who's that
trying to
on
go
the
for the
left?
realistic look.
Is
He's
this
just-
Ellen?
Is it Ellen?
Not Ellen.
It's not Ellen.
They're friends?
They are.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, right? I don't know. Who's this?
His what?
Girl. What the fuck?
Is that his wife from back in the
Oh
day?
my god. This looks like a demon.
That's his wife from back in the day. This
He's
is gonna
so
his,
untalented.
his paintings are gonna go. They're going to go platinum in like 100 years.
What the fuck?
They're gonna be big money. He know what he doing.
Who is this?
That's
Bro, look at the seagull. Oh my god, what is he
that's
thinking?
Obama.
That's not Obama.
I'm just kidding.
That's not
I
Obama.
thought it was Hakeem Jeffries for a second.
Pause, dude.
Why would he be painting him?
Wow.
It was a little, you know.
He keeps painting himself.
He's good at painting himself, though.
No,
He's good
not.
at his self-work.
I
Okay.
mean,
He
I
has a
don't know.
book. Bro,
Oh, yeah,
my
he's
mind
good.
is blown.
Wow.
So what's the person with the eye? Like the different color eyes.
Oh,
Who's
this one?
that? Yeah.
I think it's somebody with a glass eye, probably.
Are we sure about that?
It might
I
just be
mean,
the
I'm pretty
reflection off the
sure.
light that he imagines.
Well,
I mean,
look at
I
his
think these
face.
are.
Who's the first person?
I think these are paintings of like
They're veterans.
veteran.
He
Yeah,
likes to paint veterans.
he might have lost an
Oh.
eye, and that's why. Yeah.
Oh, here I go. Who's that one with the two color eyes? And there's a meaning here. You see, I don't know.
How insensitive of all of you.
Right.
Okay,
to
I gotta pull
just-
this.
These are heroes.
Okay, I gotta pull this up really quick. Does this?
How
this
insensitive
guy
of you
right
to make
here-
fun of those people who George Bush sent to war where they lost those bodies.
Yeah, I know. Are they
We're
victims?
not. We're
of
making
his
fun of
Yeah,
them. We're
right,
making
like,
fun of
that's not my
them.
problem.
Not the
people
people.
that he indirectly
People, the people, like, of course, you went through a lot. The portraits. I mean, the portraits went through a lot as well. So it's like not like.
Oh
But
god.
does this not
Why-
look exactly like this meme of David Cross?
Wait,
No,
go back to
it
the
was all bad.
painting.
Kind of. Now
The
who's
same facial reaction.
I think you're stretching a little bit.
the same
With
exact
dinosaur
reaction.
arms. No, who's the first person with the ash on the forehead?
Oh, that's
That's on the forehead.
Parks and Rec.
I don't know.
Why
that
did he do
is.
that to
what-
that person?
I don't even see who you're talking.
You're welcome.
Look at this
guys.
one.
You're
Look at his,
welcome.
the reaction.
I've been sitting
It's
on
Tony
this
Hawk.
for so long, and I've had no one to talk to about it.
It's Tony Hawk.
You've been this. I thought this is like well known for a while that he.
I
that
didn't
he
Yeah,
does
know.
this.
It's
I
been
didn't
well
know.
known for like a
I didn't
while.
know.
This looks like a chubby Andrew Tate.
Looks like Bruce Willis.
Is this James Vanderbeek?
Tony Hawk. That's Tony Hawk.
Is it actually Tony Hawk?
No, it says
No,
right
we
there
just
who it
said
is.
it was-
It's
it was
veteran.
done.
Is
He's
this
one of the
real?
heroes.
This isn't him, right?
Oh yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
him.
Yeah.
That's
He
crazy.
knows how to paint. Look, I'm gonna just give him. Is that him there?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh my god!
Look, if he was never
He doesn't look
president,
so bad. He
this
doesn't look so
whatever.
bad.
This
He
is
looks
great.
like-
He doesn't look so bad.
This is what he should be
To
doing. But the problem is
to
he was
be honest,
a
if he
terrible
was never
president.
president, that lines up with like a lot of like I don't know if you guys have seen like modern art portraits or some of this kind of stuff. I mean, some of them are like the portrait of his dad is kind of like that's really kind of mashed up. But like, I don't know if
Wait.
you've seen like modern art and stuff like
Is that
that. Modern
Stephen
art
Harper?
portraits.
Yeah,
Where?
it's giving that
Is
to me.
it?
But it's
I'm
also
sorry.
looking
That's
at the
good.
kid's
Sorry,
touch.
sorry to cut you off. The Canadian one. There's a Canadian flag
Oh
beside
yeah,
it.
that does. Yeah.
I just got to see Stephen Harper up close. I'm
There's
just
a
curious
Yasser
what that looks like.
Arafat right there,
Let me see if I can. Hang on. Let me. I'm way zoomed.
and then
in.
Musharraf on the.
Oh my god! This picture of his dad. What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. Like
It's like,
that
it's
one
so
is like
good and
definitely.
it's so bad. It looks
It
like,
looks
a
like at the
superhero.
end of the
Good.
movie Substance. I won't spoil it, but like if you watch the movie, when she starts to.
Oh, good reference.
Yeah. Oh, this is a slideshow. Okay, so Oh, there's an ad. Okay, great. Thank
Not
you.
they gave us an ad.
I actually do need bleach for my eyes after seeing this, so appreciate the ad. Okay, so there's Putin. There.
Wait,
Tony
why is
Blair!
Putin? Why is
That's
Putin
actually- that's
in
not too bad.
Profiles of Courage?
No,
That's
it's not
Blair.
This is something different. It's not Profiles of Courage.
Okay, got you.
Okay, that does look like Stephen Harper.
Oh yeah, that's definitely Harper. That's
Hey, that
hilarious.
one's bad,
one of
dude.
those-
That
That's
one's
hilarious.
bad.
Like
Like
one
the
of those,
Yasser, like look at the Yasser Arafat one. Like that, I can.
That's not
understand.
Arafat. That's not Arafat.
Who's that?
That's not Arafat.
Who's that?
That's
I don't know who it is,
the-
but it's not
that's
Arafat.
the king of Dubai or whatever, right?
I
I have
think you're
no
right.
idea who this is.
Some- I mean, the
It is
flag
not a
is right
human
next to it.
being. Like it does not
Yeah.
reflect the human.
I mean, these are leaders he worked with. It seems, right? I mean,
Okay,
gotta be-
okay. The middle
That's
one.
what's his face. That's
The middle one, bro.
That's whatever his fucking name is.
Berlusconi?
Berlusconi.
Oh, that is
yeah.
Berlusconi. Oh my god.
Why does he look like Harry Belafonte?
He actually does look like that in real life, to be fair.
It looks like a middle school art show.
He
Now
does
he's
look
not
like
bad.
Harry
He does better than all of
Belafonte.
us, but it's just very. It looks very juvenile. But he's in a place where he's happy painting, as long as he ain't running the country. Who's that?
I mean, he should be in prison.
Yeah, he really should be in prison. He should be doing these
I
from
agree.
prison with like shit
That's
and
hella-
piss.
I
That should be his
feel-
pain.
people-
kind of
yeah.
racist. I don't know.
They do. They
It does,
honestly,
no, they
yeah.
kind a little bit, but this is how he sees us.
Like this
As
one's definitely
demons?
racist. I'm sorry, this is racist.
Who's that?
Oh my god.
George Bush
No.
was pretty
These are clearly the leaders that were the people who
George
ran
Bush
the
doesn't
country
care about
while he
black
was
people.
working.
Brother, that does not look like the same. What the fuck?
He's not. He did.
I don't think he's
He
trying to
looks like-
represent it. I think he's trying to give. This is his take on what that person
Yes,
looks
that's
like
what it's
within
giving.
his
That's
style.
his
That's
artistic.
that's
This is his
It's
style.
Artists do
artistic
that shit a
thing.
lot, where they're like if you look at other artists do like those kind of like self portraits, like a lot of
Yeah,
modern
the
artists like
abstract.
that.
He has like a little bit of something, you know.
A little bit of that George Bush flair that we're
There's
so known
plenty of
for.
reasons
I'm
to
telling
shit
you,
on George
it's
Bush.
gonna be-
I
now
think
it's
like
gonna
his
be
art
bait.
is like the least interesting reason.
Oh my god. Honestly, he deserves to be in jail for this. Like the war crimes, of course, as well. But if he just
That's
did
crazy
this,
work, bro.
if he just did these paintings, he should still go to prison, even if he didn't commit
That's
war
crazy
crimes.
work.
I'm just saying. Have you tried painting? Because it's a hell of a lot better than I can do.
I actually
I
shared,
agree.
David.
would
I
say that.
shared one of my
I'm
paintings.
with you, David.
I can't do half of it,
I'll pull it
half
up.
as good as
Me
anything
either.
there.
Me, David, and Rebecca are all gonna put in and buy a George W. Bush painting, right? And we're gonna put it up in our place.
I'm just saying. I understand how hard it is to be like an artist. Like I can't. Do
Okay, I'll show
that
you
is
real art.
we're of course ignoring
Stop.
who the man is, but I'm just saying as an artist, it's tough to paint something that's paint anything, let alone
And it's
a person that you
freehand,
could actually recognize.
You know? So yeah.
Hang on, I'm getting
not-
real art for you that I painted or I drew in Procreate. Give me a
David,
second.
listen, it's defend the art, not the artist. Okay, like
Yes, separate the two.
Yeah, we got to
Separate
separate the art from the artist.
Yes.
Art from the artist.
Sometimes. Yeah, but here we
Sometimes,
can
yeah.
we can
Okay, hang on. Give me a second. I've got to pull it in so you all can see some real art as a palette cleanser because that was
and you said it's your art.
it's
Mike's
my
art.
art. I did it. Yeah.
I'm sure this is not a gag, and this is definitely something you painted.
No, I
right?
literally drew
It's
these.
gonna
I
be
actually
great.
posted them on Instagram. Yeah, hang on.
You're not
Recently.
gonna show us like a Picasso.
So this is the first one that I drew in 2020, I think. Give me a second. Here we go. This is my portrayal of Donald Trump.
Okay, that's not actually.
That's not bad though. That's not bad.
That's right up there with That's right up there. Ain't gonna lie with Bush. You know.
It's beautiful.
With his, yeah, you even got some you were doing like
that's like a caricature, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like
it's like a good caricature.
Oh, hang on. Yeah. So I did this
And that
with
was
pencil in Procreate.
Yeah.
And then so
You even got the makeup line right. The makeup
I
ends
did.
and the real skin
you got
begins.
the red around his eyes, right? Like the little like
and
red,
the red on
like,
the hairline from when the plug-ins, you know.
Mhm. He kind of looks like a frog, but I think it represents his essence.
Bro,
You got the
Carlson
chin.
look like a frog. He
That's
has
his
no neck.
spirit animal's a frog for sure.
Okay, you ready for my latest one?
Yeah, let's see it.
Okay. This is Donald Trump if he was serving
See,
cunt.
that's an artistic flair. That's an
Okay,
artistic.
first off-
You actually
first
got
off,
a little. You
did
got
you
a
just-
hand,
hold on.
right?
Did you just take 21 Savages like tattoos and put them on Donald Trump?
I didn't actually. I didn't.
The
I was
eyebrows
inspired
say
by
fat.
his.
Those little penis
What does
earrings.
the eyebrow say? Does that say fat?
It does not say that.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
I wasn't gonna say it, so but I needed to be clear. Look, I was like, what did that say? Okay, but no, this is actually your hand is pretty like heavy. I see, you know, you got a little something going on, man.
I also fucked up on the industrial. It's only going through one ear, and then this one is just like dangling there.
But that's an artistic touch when you look at it, right? It's just the you know the perspective, right?
Dude, he got
So-
dicks on his earrings.
He does, yeah. And he has an earring on the gay ear up top as well.
Good Nussy too.
And
Is
yeah,
there
the
the gay ear?
Nussy could be better. It is the gay ear, and he also has his lashes done.
And what is that called on the neck?
The Nikusi.
Y'all are where are y'all coming up with these things?
I mean, it's pretty clear. You just put two words together. I mean,
It is. But I never heard of this before, and all y'all knew it. So you guys always teach me something from the white world. I love it.
I tried to make it like shadowy to give it depth, but it just looked like hair, which I guess is still appropriate.
Yeah, it's giving that.
Yeah. But George W. Bush, take notes. This is real art, okay?
Not
The
bad.
other kind of
not
Bush.
bad at all.
That wasn't so bad.
The other
That
kind of
wasn't
Bush,
so bad at all.
exactly.
The second one actually had a lot of character. So we
Yeah.
would love to see more from you, Mike. We would love
Well,
to
I might just do more. You know, the first one was more of a
Yeah.
realistic look at Donald Trump. The second one was an
Mhm.
artistic interpretation of him serving.
I want to see a Bob Ross-esque show where Mike just draws things on Procreate and teaches us.
I
Like,
would
just
not be
teaches us.
able to do it because you'd have I wouldn't be able to do it sober. This art is it comes from a deep place within that has to be conjured up when I
Mike working on Trump. Mike working on Trump's neck, and he's like, "Just paint the pretty little Nikusi. Just
Yeah.
paint the
Paint the
with the
Nikusi.
Bob Ross voice."
Now I just want to add these hairs here.
Yeah.
Good look.
Oh, yeah.
I should be Bob Ross
Very
for
light
Halloween.
around the Nikusi.
You guys, and I learned a new word. That's crazy.
I have more words to teach you if you want to know more.
You have all the words.
The most cursed English class I've ever been to.
I mean, Mike taught me one of the funniest words I ever heard of in my entire life. I never heard of the term straggit until Mike.
Oh, I
Wait,
love
Well,
what
I
word?
didn't create that.
that's
What is it?
I didn't know about that one
It's-
till Mike came. Mike told
Straight in
me.
the F slur.
I can't say it. I don't have the S pass. But
Oh,
yeah.
What is it? Okay,
Strike
so
it.
explain it.
I'm sorry.
David, you can't say it either. Only
What?
Matt.
I'm the only one who
oh,
Yeah.
I
can
guess
say
not.
it.
That's right. Only Mac.
Yeah,
can say it.
Ariana and
A
Zed can say
cis-man?
it.
Wait, is
What
it
is-
like a Jew thing? What's going on?
No, it's
Not
it's
a
the
Jewish
F,
thing.
It's the F slur for straight people.
Oh,
And it's what is it? What is it called?
Wait, what is it?
Matt, will you say it? I don't want to say it. and get in trouble.
Straggit.
Let me look this up.
Stragit?
The white world got so many words. Let me see. Oh,
Just
look,
replace the
they're
F
saying
with an
straight.
STR.
They're straight. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
now
God, I
it
do-
was
Stragit.
word.
It's a bit out of
love
fashion these
Ariana
days,
heard-
though.
I do love that Ariana heard that only I can say something, and she went, "Is it a Jew thing?"
Wow!
She did.
Like we would ever, like we would be anti-Semitic here.
I love how
Hilarious.
between all of us we have different passes. So if it gets to something too offensive, we have to delegate to the appropriate group. So that's nice. We've got that going for us, right?
That's so funny.
Wait, so is everyone here queer except for Matt?
Except
I
for
didn't know
me.
that.
No,
I'm
no,
not
I'm
queer.
not.
I'm not queer. I'm dating a bi woman, but you know.
That makes you gay.
That's
queer by association.
Bisexual by association.
Yeah.
Surrounded,
adjacent.
but not.
Yeah, so just Matt, Rebecca, and Ariana, as far as we know, and Zed.
All right, but I'm the only straight.
Oh,
No,
you're
I'm-
bi? Oh, so we're
Ariana's
still.
bi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So we're still a majority on the panel, which is important.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
we
is
have
good.
veto power. Based
So
on
me and
that.
Rebecca are
a
the me and Rebecca
4-3
are the
majority
marginalized on this.
on the Supreme Leftist Court.
Oh God.
I'm sure there was actual news this week, but we're just talking about the fun stuff.
I'll be honest.
This
I'll
is
be
what the
honest,
show
I
after
feel like
should
the
be.
news this week was like
Yeah.
dominant. Well, like
This is fun.
what's going on with the I think there was like a ceasefire that is approved now, or what's going on? And then the other
They
thing is
literally
the
started
shock
bombing
collar.
like 2 hours after the ceasefire went through, so I don't even know how true it is.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Fucking, we still back?
They've killed
As far as I know,
150
it's not
people since
officially.
the ceasefire went through. They
It's not
literally
passed
went
by
in with
Israel.
tanks.
It's agreed. It
They
was
went in
agreed
with
to, but
Right,
it
it was
wasn't like
agreed to.
passed.
Mm-hmm.
It was
that's the
agreed to, and it
pass.
was quote passed, right? And then they literally went in with tanks into the Gaza Strip right after, and they started like shooting people with the tanks, and they killed a bunch of people right
Mhm.
after that ceasefire got passed.
I mean,
I don't
that's
think it
what's
passed the
happened every time
Knesset.
there's
I think
been
that was. But
every-
regardless,
every-
passed or not, this is what they do every single time. Like there's been two previous
Yeah.
ceasefires, and they
Yeah.
broke them immediately. Like this is what they do every
Yeah.
single time.
Government hasn't approved of it, but they're saying that the ceasefire will the Israeli official says. I mean, we can't take anything for any word from these people at all, right? But like apparently the ceasefire is supposed to start after they approve it. I guess when they wake up in the morning. I don't know. We'll see. But
I mean, you got Trump out
I
here.
don't have
spiking the
hopes.
football, saying he's the peace president because of this deal. As Israel is still
Nobody's gonna
bombing
buy that though.
Palestinians.
Nobody's gonna buy that though. Nobody's gonna buy that's the thing I feel like about this administration. I have to like it's the most it's essentially the oldest playbook of like try to pressure the zone and like again, I still think this is like 2005 Redux. It's the same playbook of like pressure the zone, talk about executive privilege, but just reframe it like to plenary or whatever. Like it's the same shit. And like it just doesn't work. Like the difference now between now and then is like then there was this huge like majority stake of like, oh well, yeah, we have to protect America from terrorists. Now like how quickly things have shifted on the opinions for what's going on in like Palestine, and like the society is very different. Like we're not as accepting of this stuff. So again, I think there's like a widespread like I don't know, man. I don't think the propaganda it works for his base, sure, but I don't ever look at Trump's base for my opinion on his approval and shit like that.
Right. I mean, I do think people who aren't so politically minded or inclined, or people who just vaguely follow things, maybe someone like that would fall for it, which would be unfortunate. But yes, I agree that for the most part, no one's
Do you
and the
really
idea
think they fall for it though? Like, but I like Matt,
people
like,
fall for stuff. Yes.
I mean, but like, I feel like the opinion on him is already kind of baked in. Like, it's kind of seedy. Like, people who are not political, which I don't know, like, why that's still a thing at this point, right?
That's most people.
Well, yeah, I know that's true, but I'm saying like the people who who are like, I just want to stay out of politics. Like, I feel like they have an aversion to like, oh, that's complicated, that's drama. Like, I don't want to deal with that, right? And like, he doesn't seem like a person who's someone like if they heard like he did peace with somebody, right? They'd be like, it wouldn't change their opinion of him being this like overly dramatic, like extra person, right? And again, this is for like I don't think that. Do you really think that the layman person thinks Donald Trump is like just a normal guy, like a normal boring president? I feel like they think he's like I don't want to deal with that shit.
It also depends, like what kind of
Wait, hold
layman
on.
we're
Did you
talking
just
about.
wait, what was that?
That's insane. Putting people business out.
What was that?
I missed what it said.
And
what
yes.
a chatter said.
And yes,
What was that?
absolutely.
Okay,
Shatter
Wait,
said
bring it back
something
up.
I
funny.
get to talk
missed
with Matt
something.
Bender
I
once a
invited
year.
those rooms before I came
'Cause he
on
doesn't
here,
know
so I was
What
asking my
happened?
chat if they could tell.
She's in her chat, you know.
But who brought it up on the screen though?
I think David.
Like,
I didn't bring anything up. I didn't know what you're talking about. I want to see what the chat is.
You
I'm
know it
looking
was
for.
Mike. Mike sold himself out. That's how I knew. I'm like, see?
Why would you? Shut.
I still don't know what you brought. I'm curious what it is
It was
now. Now
something
I
about
have to know.
shrooms.
Go to
Yeah,
go
Ariana
to,
had a
Can you
Ariana had
tell
a
him?
mushroom pie from Papa John's before she came on the show.
Honestly, I
Right.
could not tell. No.
I just saw that in the chat. I'm like,
I can't even look at screens when I am. That's
I'm
crazy.
just chilling here, like, can you guys tell?
I couldn't though.
now,
Honestly,
now we know.
yeah.
I still
couldn't
can, but you told us, so I guess now I know.
Yeah.
All
Does
right.
anybody else want to share something in the
Y'all,
chat?
y'all
And then
can
I'll.
tip me for my pain and suffering now, especially
If you zoom
Mike.
in really close to your pupils, I can tell. But at this point, I cannot.
Oh yeah, that's true. Pupils give it away.
Girl, are you stuck?
What?
Look at you. How's you looking right now? I'm
Be
like,
right back.
girl.
No, I'm
Yeah, I
looking at
can't-
the chat. I'm looking at what
Yeah,
the
I
chat
can't
is
tell honestly, Ariana. I think you.
I can't
did
even
really well.
read. I mean, I guess it depends how much you did, but I can't look at
I mean,
screens when I'm on. I get sick.
In Oakland, they're legal. You can literally go and buy them.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's,
that's cool.
in Vancouver, there's stores on like all the blocks in the city where you can just buy them. They're everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they're pretty easy to get now.
They're
my
legal in
chat,
Oakland and San
my
Francisco.
good Christian chat is asking, how much though? Any shrooms to share with the class? Somebody said that's not a microdose. My good Christian chat.
It
With
was,
the
a, it
stragons.
was a tiny dose, guys. I promise.
A little tiny. I think that's smart. Because you're
Safe
very
drug
clearly still
usage.
able to.
We
Hey, I'm
promote
not judging.
safe drug usage.
Honestly,
on
there's
Leftist
been a lot
Mafia.
of research on shrooms, and it's been phenomenal. I highly recommend you guys reading the research.
For therapy. and
Wait,
stuff.
is the research
Yeah.
phenomenal or the results of the research are like? I feel like
Both.
is the research saying the shrooms are phenomenal, or are you saying the research itself is phenomenal?
Maybe both.
No, the research like shows that it has a lot of really
Human
good,
stuff.
Yeah.
like if you
Psychological
microdose
benefits.
it,
Mhm.
if you microdose it, it has a lot of good benefits for you.
I mean, psilocybin, like what is it, like LSD and acid? There's been research on that kind of stuff too. You know, there's obviously a lot of like, I mean, positives and negatives to different types of drug usage and everything like that. You know, I think when you get to like fent and cocaine, I'm like, oh, okay, that's not my bag.
I'm not
No.
good. Like fentanyl,
That's what
no,
Elon
but
Musk.
I like Coca. I would like to try Coca-Cola.
Why'd you
Okay.
say that so seriously?
Huh.
Oh,
You're acting
Because
like
I
an
would.
op tonight, Mike. I will say.
Am
Like,
I
the way
really?
you said that was a little off.
He's having a great time, and I love it. For
Does
her. I love
anybody
it
else
for
here
him.
want to do some illegal drugs? You want to admit to
No,
that
we
on
said we
camera?
promote
huh?
legal drug usage, safe drug usage in your own house, like Dr. Carl.
Yo, somebody said
um,
Coca-Cola is BDS. Clearly, Mike is not talking about
Yeah,
Coca-Cola, the brand.
yeah. You
No,
dumb
he is.
motherfuckers.
Guys, like, can y'all not
I'm
be
scared.
woke leftists for like 2 minutes? Holy shit! Like, we're not talking.
My chat is going
Yeah.
crazy right now.
I don't even
Yeah.
know what we're talking about.
That was
This
crazy.
is the most unhinged
That was so
episode ever,
crazy.
but probably one of
Like,
my
it's
What's a
favorites.
like-
what's a woke leftist?
Notice who left.
That's true. Wow. He was.
Oh.
They're talking about
He's
drugs.
coming
again.
back. He's
Come out.
coming back.
the unwoke left.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, Bender's straight edge. He doesn't do anything except
Yeah,
for.
that's a lot.
If I was him, I would feel super uncomfortable in these conversations too. I would just like.
I
peace
don't-
out,
I-
like,
No, I don't do anything either myself. I don't but
Yeah, I don't either.
everybody
I
around
want
me
to,
does.
but I don't.
Here's
Yeah,
my
I
here's
just-
the
I just-
thing. I will do my like,
You have the
I'm
worst
around-
poker face, Mike. Anyways, sorry, Zed, go.
No, I'm
No, I'm
serious.
I'm a
I don't.
rapper.
I don't. Like, that's how you said
Bro.
it.
Like I'm a like,
No,
like I'm around it a lot. I don't like partake in it. Like I'll drink, you know, from time to time, and like sometimes I'll smoke weed, but like I don't like smoking weed because as soon as I smoke weed, I'm like, all right, I get this, and I'm like, oh, I'm here for another 4.5 hours. Oh, great, I have like shit to do in the morning, you know.
No,
like I have to have like
look, back in my younger days, like I know Ariana, you a baby, but back when I was a little thing, you know, I had a great time. And then I feel like over time it became more like a thing for me, like an addictive thing for me. And it's not drugs itself, but like drinking and like smoking here and there. And I just kind of put that. Then even I was hookah was my last.
Oh, I used to love hookah,
but I can't because when I'm a runner, so it's not good for my breathing. But
I never did. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. No, but everybody around me, my girlfriends, all that, you know, weed is probably it. But I know that I have other friends who, one of my friends, Ryan, he does the shrooms and all those things. And he'll tell me how, I remember one time he was telling me, I think I told you guys a story, how he took one and then it was like, he was trying to tell us, me and Ben, to do it. And he was like, he literally died. He's like, I'm like, nah, I'm not about to do that. But he's like, no, that's the whole thing. You take it to die. And after you do that,
you take it to die?
Like you die, like, and then you come out of it, and then you are never the same. So
yeah, that's like ayahuasca.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah.
No, shrooms.
You all ever get high on Jesus?
Guys, I had an ayahuasca retreat email me and they were like, we'll fly you out and we'll let you try ayahuasca for free if you make a video for us. And I was like, absolutely the fuck not.
Why you wear?
Sounds like you're about to get a lot more of those offers after this show.
Yeah.
What is
ayahuasca? The ayahuasca content mill is about to come through and be like,
why you wear Peru?
This video is sponsored by
no,
ayahuasca.
It was to Spain or something like that.
Spain. Okay.
Oh,
Somewhere in
Spain.
Europe.
Okay.
And you was never coming back, sis?
Yeah, that would be a little bit too sus.
That's a random email. How do they know you?
Yeah,
very random.
I would not.
You
trust that.
was gonna go over there to
Yeah,
go ahead and do the content, and then baby, you wasn't coming back.
Yeah, that's not. But Rebecca, you brought up hookah. I used to love hookah. I had this blue raspberry tobacco, but I stopped doing hookah because one time I was really drunk and high, and also smoking hookah, and the charcoal fell off because I like yanked it, and it like rolled under the couch, and I like panicked and I grabbed that shit and then burned myself, and then I like flung it back and like because I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna burn down the fucking house. It wasn't close to burning down the house, but you know, I was very like, I was panicky.
I live in Atlanta, so every place you go to, that's why I don't even go out over there. Every place you go to is a grass wall, and it's hookah. Every Middle Eastern spot, every whatever, it's just gonna be that. And then they just started putting in everywhere. You go into the jazz spot, hookah. You gonna get your nails done? Hookah. Literally, you going to go get a massage? Hookah. I'm like,
and then you listen to Young Thug, hookah.
Hookah.
Bro, like in Orange County, there's like a huge like hookah culture around. Like, you know, I think just generally whenever there's like a bunch of Middle Eastern youth.
Wait, you're in Orange County?
I used to be in Orange County. I grew up in Orange County, and then I went to LA and Irvine.
Oh my god. Okay, cool. I know a lot of people.
Do you guys remember that song from Young Thug where he's like, "Pass me the hookah"?
Yeah, that was my song.
Pass me the hookah.
Okay,
yeah.
Pass me the hookah.
I would listen to that while doing hookah, and I was like, "This is life. Like this is."
Dang, hookah been out that long.
I was such
Guys,
a
that was was good when a loaf of bread wasn't $9. When you could still get wild berries for $3.
Hookah is like $70 at the spots, from what I know when the kids go. But hookah is expensive now. It used to be like
deal with it. Yeah, hookah bars are crazy
$10.
now.
Jesus Christ.
Hookah bars
we just
are
had our
crazy
own.
now.
We probably still have it.
We just had.
We
got our own too.
Isn't it worse for you than cigarettes to some degree?
I never smoked cigarettes, but I feel like they say that it's actually, it used to be when it first came out, they were like, the doctors would say it does nothing to you. Now they're saying like it really messes up your lungs because it's hitting, you get direct contact and you're inhaling for so long. Some people are doing it with coal that isn't healthy, all these things. And then some people are saying you're not supposed to really do it indoors. You're supposed to do it outdoors because now you're smoking soot, all this kind of stuff. I don't trust it. I would never smoke hookah in Atlanta.
I think like prolonged exposure to any of these things, like all of these things are gonna have like a positive or detrimental experience on your thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just never really got like the couple times I went to hookah bars, it was fine. But I was just like, we don't really need the hookah here. We can go somewhere else and have the same kind of social experience. It's basically just it's a bar where you don't necessarily want to drink and you just want to.
It used to be tea. When I used to go to you had to go to the Middle Eastern spots and have tea, and then they would have hookah. And they would have hand painted hookah. I remember this guy. He was from Egypt and he owned one of the spots. And he went home and got a whole bunch of real nice hand painted hookah, and then like everybody would go and he would have just tea. I would always see the times that I would go because it was just ungodly hours, but I would see doctors and stuff come in, have tea and smoke a little hookah, and they were usually like Middle Eastern. But then it started getting super popular, and then of course like they started making it cheaper, not at that spot, but they started making them cheaper, plastic, and like it just became whatever, and people are paying like up to almost like $100 for hookah, and I just can't.
Yeah, man.
I can't see myself. But you're right. If you do anything too much, if there's too much of anything, I think it becomes it can become detrimental to you.
I think it's fine if look. I think all these things are fine. I don't know why I'm doing like the South Park. Like, you know what I've learned today? Like, I think all of these things are fine to some extent. Like, you know, like we're not gonna all like live perfectly healthy lives, right? And like and not take shit that's like, I'm drinking a fucking whatever this Sprite chill lime shit is. I'm sure I'm taking in something that isn't great. But I think you know, there's a lot of people who make hookah like we just go there all the time, and I feel like that's like shit. It's like going to a bar. If you go to a bar like every single, something's up, man. You know,
no, it becomes these things become addictive. And I
unless
think
you're a bartender, that's your job then. But
the constant tobacco, especially during now, I was drinking my behind off. If I've ever drank in my life, COVID, because we was at home, right? So we was partying at the crib. So we was going to get the hookahs, we was going to get we was getting Henny, we was getting the Haitian rum, we were getting vodka. I don't even drink vodka, but we were just drinking whatever. And that was from those like 3 years. And then it was making me, I'm just naturally slim. I was getting a muffin top because I was drinking absolutely ridiculous. Like, yes, girl. And it was really bad. And I was like, where is this coming from? Because I was consuming so much alcohol and it was so bad. And I had to be like, girl, now, no, we can't I can't even drink this. They was making money.
Yeah.
They was open almost 24 hours. They were making money.
Aside from getting like my medication, like the first time I left home after like shit hit the fan was to go to the liquor store because we ran out of liquor first. And I'm like, I have to risk my life to get more liquor. I'm gonna go fucking insane.
Bro, I'm very wary about, because my dad died from alcoholism, right? Like my dad was a massive alcoholic, and so like that's something where like I'm so wary on getting addicted to anything, dude. Like I'm constantly. I count shots. I count like anything that even like now we had like me and my girl when we wanted to get into, it's like let's get a bar because when we want to have people over it'll be fine. We like never use that thing, right? Because I don't know. It's not something that I really took into my lifestyle to have like a good. I get it's a social lubricant, you know, but I don't know. It was never something that I need.
Social lubricant.
The name is crazy. Okay.
I've heard that before. You never heard that?
Libations, baby.
Social lubricant. Yeah, it's a social.
I've heard that before.
Social lubricant is crazy. I'm like,
yeah.
Social lubricant, baby. We talking about drinking. I don't know where you're
That's what they. Hey, I heard someone say it, and I'm like, oh, that sounds like a good term.
I didn't say that again. Okay. I think libations, and don't they call it libations and or whatever? Like, yeah.
Liquid courage.
Social lubricant.
Liquid courage, yeah.
Liquid courage is a better way to do it. Yeah. But it's liquid courage, right? You know, for a lot of people, and I feel like, you know, some people do well with it. I know a lot of people from. Oh my God, there's a guy who's like yelling, like denounce Saudi Arabia, like every 4.5 comments in this chat.
Is it? I'll ban them.
I think they're just trying to troll you.
Oh,
very
Gates 9
clearly. Like,
let us know now. Are you trolling or not? What you say will determine whether or not you live or die.
Whoa, okay, let's
say that.
Whoa, okay, let's not.
No, he absolutely
metaphorically, like if I'm going to ban them or not, like I'm not literally going to kill them.
If you're going to be, if you're
I don't
gonna
have to buy it.
I would assume so.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like especially like as somebody whose dad like died from alcohol, like it's something not to But like I'm very like I think it's fun, but like I get very nervous on people who like rely on it as like a crutch for like social situations. That's like a really
No, so
scary thing.
I had to. That's why I had to stop because I found myself. And I look. I've been drinking. I love me. I've been drinking. No, I love a good drink, right? But for the last, I haven't drank like for the last like 2 months, and it feels really good. I'm a runner, so it's really good for my breathing when I go running. It's really good, especially no hookah. But before that, especially in my 20s, your girl would drink, get up and go run and be like, whoo, fresh day, it's so great, all that. But baby, the way I drink for years, like I feel like I drank for 10 years and during the beginning of COVID. And because it would be like, where am I going? The anxiety, the stress, all of that. And it was just like, let me get another drink. The morning, it was just like, and I felt like I was becoming so reliant on whatever the emotion I had was to have a drink and go to sleep, wake up, drink again, be on the phone. Me and my girlfriend would be like, girl, you pouring a drink? And it'd be like, girl, it's like 8 a.m. or something. And we're just like, and I had to be like, okay, I can't be so reliant because of my emotions on drinking, like for whatever feeling I have, whether it was a celebratory, anger, I'm trying to cake with my man, whatever, drinking. And I said I wanted to be conscious in the world after that. So, I've really slowed down on that. But for the last like 2 months, I've been feeling more like a little more fresh, right? But I'm 35. Drinking because I drank so much before. It started at what? 19, whatever, and then I'm Haitian, so I started at 2. So it's like drinking for real. It's like I'm kind of my body. The recovery.
I can't do it. I'm too old.
The recovery time ain't the same, baby. I'm rolling over like, oh God, do I have to get up and work out today? Like I'm just so tired. Like it's just I hate the way I feel, and I do not like to be.
When you got shit to do, when you got shit to do, like drinking is not like when you have actual shit to do, like drinking is not fun. I remember like when I going to college, like with all the Berkeley kids who were doing like music and stuff like that, and everybody was just toasted all of the time. And then like now we'll see each other once a year, like because there's Berkeley Network for Music in LA is big, and you'll see everybody once a year at like one party, and everyone's like, I'm not. I have shit to do tomorrow. Like everybody. Like when you have. I feel like that's why I worry about it being good for you though, Rebecca. Like I think
when you've done it all for, especially the last, like I said, the last few years. But before that, I went to fam, college life, and then going out a lot in Atlanta, and then before that,
especially in Atlanta, dude. Atlanta's. I love Atlanta, but like man, Atlanta goes hard.
They do. People and there's a lot of drinking that happens. There's a lot of smoking that happens, which is fine. But
the Southern hospitality.
I'm tired.
I went to an Atlanta party and I was like, hey, can I get like a screwdriver? And they gave me like, this is the cup. They gave me this much vodka, this much orange juice, and then this much vodka. And I was like, what are we doing? What's going on?
Yeah, that's just South culture.
Yeah.
But no, you're gonna drink. You're gonna drink and you're gonna drink. And that's one thing I just like. Drinking is great, but then the last guy that I was dating, I felt like the drinking was too much. And I'm like, can you just like can you function without a drink? And then it'd be like he hops in a car, and then that's when I was like, it's a no for me. It's a no for me. And then waking up in the morning, it's like having a drink. It's like waking up in the morning and the drink that we were drinking the night before, and then you wake up in the morning, you're like looking at it, and you're like, nope, must drink. And then you pour yourself a little Henny for yourself for your breakfast. Is crazy. It's crazy.
So, something that I had asked my father, because my father drove like an old man, but he drove like really slow. I'm like, why do you drive so slow? And I found out later in life, it's because he was drinking constantly, and he would drive drunk all the fucking time. Like he would go to work, he would take 6 shots. Like he there was a point where he was skipping work. He went to work, went to the liquor store around the corner, took 6 of those like little like dollar bottles, downed them, and then drive back home. And that's why he would drive so slow. And now, look, whenever I see people driving like mad slow on the freeway, I'm like, oh, holy shit. Like the amount of people who are probably drinking or not okay to drive, that's a really fucking scary thought.
It's a lot of car accidents that happen out here for that specific reason. I think about that a lot from my college days, and I used to be the designated driver, even though I would have a drink or two, which isn't good. But I'm so grateful that we are here today. But I'm like, you know, Fran in the back throwing up in the purses, and I'm like, what kind of life? What kind of life? But it's worse now because we used to be on Nuvo in college. Nuvo, really sweet, light, whatever. We're Moscato, right? And then like Henny. People would bring over Henny or whatever. But now there's so many different drinks. There's I remember when a few years back, it was just like the Four Locos, but it was just like a few years back, and it was called Capriccio, and that was supposed to be a wine and like a sangria type wine, but it was getting the children so drunk. They were drinking it and it was so cheap. Like they were selling it for like $3 and it's like a wine bottle, but it was getting everyone so drunk. Just like the Four Locos, people were buying that from the gas station for nothing. And it was just, they were getting so drunk. I cannot imagine doing that.
We couldn't have Four Loco. Too many kids.
Really? Yeah, because it was,
They were banned here. At least in New York, I think they were banned or something like that.
Yeah.
They finally banned it because it, out in the South, but it was a thing and people were drinking them and they were getting so drunk and sick and car accidents, all the things.
I'm really curious.
It was so gross.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see the impacts of vaping.
Yeah.
Isn't it similar to hookah? Like, what's the difference? What is the vaping? Is it cigarettes?
Vaping is the chemical. So there's no sorry.
No, go on.
Like that, from what I hear, the because the cigarettes are like the tar and all the other shit in that cocktail, right? There's specifically chemical in the flavor for vaping that whatever the vapor mixes into that has a huge effect on your lungs. Like that over prolonged like exposure is gonna fucking hit you. So that's why like when people would do those earlier vape studies, they're like, oh, this is fine, it's not that bad. And then eventually the flavor, like the flavor liquid chemical concoction or whatever, turned out to be like the poison that everybody's kind of taking in, you know. So that's the big thing. And I mean, like it's not nothing. Like a lot of people who like that's a very different like condition than smoker's lung, which there are in some ways it's worse, right? So especially
somebody said it's basically Charlie said it's basically like hot oil you're putting in your lungs.
I mean, kind of, yeah. I mean, it's a little bit. I don't know. I've just seen like what a lung looks like after vaping, and it's not like even my girl smokes weed, and I don't like her to use like the pen. Like I was like, just get fucking a joint or something like that, because it's not.
Well, so what's the difference between the pen?
You think the smoke's better than the oil?
No, I just worry about the effects of the oil. You know what I'm saying? Like I just worry about vaping in general. Like I get very worried about like prolonged exposure. Maybe it's just because I'm getting older, right? Like I worry about. I'm a fucking hypochondriac, man. Like I don't want to like. I don't want to like
worry generally.
Yeah, I'm neurotic, is what I am. I'm just nervous.
Like I said, we had a good time in our 20s, and somebody said this statement like you have a good time in your 20s and then your 30s, and then you just don't be the person that's spending the rest of your life trying to undo.
Are we all in our 30s here?
At this age? No, Ariana's a baby.
Ariana is 7 years old. She was born after Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay. I knew Arnold existed.
I need people to know that's so funny.
Yeah, but I will say for people over there, we're looking pretty solid for I don't know. I knew 30-year-olds when I was growing up, and all the 30-year-olds.
George Costanza, that's who I knew as a 30-year-old.
That's
that
right.
Dude looks like he's 50.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was 30.
People on the shows, those shows growing up, 30 was the representation of 30 is not what we are. We're still kids.
I gotta say
we're
though,
still watching Nickelodeon. We're still like in our bodies.
You know what's
Can I just
funny,
say? I want to say like so. I went to a concert like 6 months ago. It was a lot of Gen Z was there, and apart from Ariana, like Gen Z looks like they look older.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't know if it's the way they dress. I don't know if it's
they're not us. No,
the way they do their
true.
facial hair, but like they remind me of like how teens looked in the 80s. That's how they're all
Yeah.
dressing now.
Yeah.
And it's at least the concert I went to.
We're definitely going through like a weird redux of like I said, like I think we're in 2005, but we're going through a weird
History
redux of
repeats
the 80s
itself
right
with
now.
that.
Oh,
With the looks.
100%. We're back.
Yeah.
We're back there. We're back in like very like even like all the branding and stuff is like it feels like it's like from like the late 70s or something like that.
I'm like,
With
we was
as
wearing
Colt
kid
points out,
clothes.
it's the mullets. The Gen Z don't
Yeah,
realize
it's
that
the-
the mullets and the middle
It's the
part
mustaches
makes
and the
them
mullets
look
that does it a
older.
lot for sure.
I just honestly feel like we have no will to live, to be honest.
And you can
Jeez.
see it in your
They're
faces.
so emo. Look, Gen Z is so emo. They be like, it's
No,
like,
but if you look,
what?
you know what's
It's
funny? If you
relatable,
actually
though.
if you look at a trends between Gen Z and Gen X and Gen Alpha and Millennials, there's weird, like insane similarities between those two subsets of groups, right? It's like Gen Z and Gen X have really, really similar like political leanings in general. Like, for example, you know how people were saying like, oh well, Gen Z like flipped very, very conservative in the last election. Interestingly enough, if you go back to 2005 election, you see how Gen X voted. Gen X, very near identical percentages, right? In that age group, you know, voting for Bush for a second term. And then a lot of those people flipped 4 years later when they voted for Obama, or even in the midterms, right? So, and then like you look at like a lot of the trends of like things that people like growing up, like Gen Alpha, right? Things that Gen Alpha is interested in, the things that Gen Alpha like is kind of going through in their like high school years, right? It's very similar to what millennials went through, you know, during that whole.
Is it just like parents and then their kids?
Yeah,
That's the
I think
relation.
that's what it is.
there. Like-
I think it's like because everybody's rebellious, right? Everybody's like, I don't want to fucking deal with this. Like, I don't want. It's always like an anti whatever the culture is.
No, but
right?
but Gen X have Gen Z kids, so they're just doing what
Millennials
their
have
parents
Gen
are
Z
doing.
do millennials have Gen Z kids?
Older millennials do have Gen Z kids, or
Yeah.
you know,
No, they have Gen Alpha, right?
Gen
Alphas.
Alpha.
No,
I would
actually,
think most
alphas. No,
millennials
you're
are
right.
Gen Alpha.
Alphas.
Well,
I
how
have
old
them
is Gen
friends that
Alpha?
had babies early.
So Gen X has. Yeah,
Gen
I mean,
X
I guess
has Gen
so.
Z kids. Yeah.
I guess
No,
so.
you're
Yeah.
right.
So it's basically
You're
every like 20 years, one generation, you know, controls the zeitgeist. But I think like things in general, like I feel it's interesting because we've had, you know, I mean, I remember growing up and people telling me about like how this is like the Vietnam War, and I remember like people saying this is like the Iraq War with Gaza, right? You know, like I wonder. Because again, this like shifted so like the I'm surprised at how, especially after seeing the amount of people who for so long who would just deny like Palestine was a genocide and what was going even in 2021 when there was a whole fucking thing with Israel attacking Palestine, like that whole situation, like there was a ton of people who forgot about that and who wouldn't say anything about it. Right now, I wonder like what the effect is and if it's going to be like a sped up effect, you know, on Gen Z, similar to their parents from the early aughts.
I think a lot of that support, that young conservative support, is very malleable, and it'll
Yeah.
change. Like that's, you know, I don't think it's a lot of. If you look at the support, like support for Trump has dropped off completely.
Yeah.
Like it's, you know.
I mean, it's because a lot of people, I'm sorry, not to cut you off, a lot of people who voted for Donald Trump, especially in the younger generation, they were like, oh, the cost of living is so high. Somehow he's a good businessman. Therefore, he's going to make it easier for us to buy homes and blah, blah. The cost of living is now damn near double in America, just period. I went to a coffee shop today. I paid $10 for a fucking latte. A latte.
Gen Z problems is crazy.
A latte. No,
Yeah,
let's
crazy.
no fucking
No, for real though. Groceries is ridiculous.
Groceries
Every
is
time
crazy.
I go,
Loaf of bread.
it's like I'm paying
$6.
almost, like $20 more than I did the week before.
Eggs is quite
Like,
literally
what?
the price of eggs is $11. Like it's like
Dude, like,
$10 to $11 for
I
like
remember
a
when they
for
was
like a
what
carton.
are
of
we
eggs.
doing
$15 earlier this year.
That's higher than COVID, by the way.
It's like
That's
my
higher
mom
than
will
COVID.
call me. Sorry, my mom will call me. She's given up on me having kids. Like that's out the window. So now she bugs me to buy a house, right? And I'm
My
like,
mom
girl,
she's giving up on me
Wow.
with the
I
house
love
thing.
you.
She's just like,
I love
yeah.
you so much.
we can't.
But like, are you going to give me $300,000 for a down pay?
Yeah, they don't
Or,
have a
like-
good. They don't have a
have to
good
explain that
idea
to
of
my
how
mom,
much
'cause she
more
thinks it's
things are compared to when they were
1980s.
younger.
Yeah, I'm like, Mom, it's
So-
not the 1980s. I know you came
Because
from
people
Haiti.
don't
You
know what
worked
infl-
hard. but I
Yeah.
can't afford a house
love
right now. I
it.
said my rent went double
I
from
get it.
2020 to now. So I'm like, you gotta really understand what I'm saying. But she's like, I just like, when I was girl, you had my daddy.
Just show them
you
graphs
had-
of like cost of
when
living
you
versus
were-
wage increases.
Well,
Like,
it's even inflation. People will feel the effects of inflation, but they won't. I think that's like the biggest like indicative problem in the country. Like people will feel the effects of inflation, but they won't understand why inflation is the way it is. So they will be like everything's more expensive, but they won't understand that the power of their dollar has just fundamentally it's lost value, right? Like so and that's that's across the board in
And
terms
China's
of American
gone up
policy.
this year by like
Exactly.
10%.
And like that's across the board this year. Whenever there's an issue specifically with the Trump administration pushing fascistic ideas or any specific thing in the zeitgeist taking over, people again will look at the headline, but they will not think about the long-term effects, right? The short-term of like they just want the quickest, most digestible, like what the fuck is this? So I can panic about it, right? And that creates a series of problems. Like the fact that inflation is the biggest, like one of the biggest issues that we're still suffering from over the last, honestly, like 12 years, right? Or 8 or 9 years, actually. No, not 12.
I'll say since COVID, really.
Yeah, since COVID.
When it really skyrocketed.
Since
like
we've
5
been
years.
dealing with all of this, right? Like 100%. It is crazy to me that we somehow like we still don't understand that like look, things just fucking cost more and they have for a while. Like the game is reset, the amount of money people are like all of these things we've been screaming here is fundamental proof, but people still think like this should cost $20 when the market and all of that bullshit has changed, right? Which, I think things should be cheaper 100%, but even just acknowledging the reality of like fucking it's like expecting a millennial to be able to buy a house is a gargantuan, almost insane task, in this day and age. It's crazy.
It's not only that, but then I told myself, okay, you know what? I obviously can't afford kids, can't afford to get a house. You know what? I'm going to go outside and I'm going to treat myself because I have some savings for a rainy day, but it's like, what the fuck am I saving towards? Like, let me just go and live a little. You know what I mean? And then I go and I buy myself a latte and it's like fucking $11. And then they ask for a tip too. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know. You know what I mean?
I can't even say I got lattes at home because it's still expensive. You go and buy it from the store. You might as well. You should have went to the damn Starbucks and got one because it's the same thing. Like it's like everything costs the same. I thought, okay, Rebecca, I'm gonna make some lamb chops at the house because lamb chops is expensive. It's the same thing. Now I have to put all this work into doing it, even though that's what I've been doing, cooking more. But I have to put all this work into doing when I could have went to the restaurant. That's what I usually do: get dressed, go to the restaurant, have me a good time. But these days I'm at home and cooking more. But it's just like everything is so expensive. I go to the grocery store just so I can save money, and it's just like I can't even afford groceries. Like I can't.
I will
That's
say
why
though,
we
there's
forage.
there's an app called Too Good to Go. It's called again Too Good to Go.
Oh,
If you
yeah,
guys download that app because a lot of stores like Whole Foods and stuff like that, when they have like an influx of stuff or influx of food that they're about to throw out, they will literally give you a big bag of food for like $5.
Ooh, Too Good to Go. Let me go ahead and get that.
Yeah, y'all need to get it. Get that app and get food
Good.
off of there. You will save a ton of money.
I mean, there's
I
things like I go to the Reddit like eat cheap and healthy, like I have some pretty quick like okay, well, like I also have like a price where like I'll only buy I'll buy a shit ton of stuff on sale and then like just keep it in the freezer and then forget to cook it like every good millennial does, and then it has to go bad and have to throw it away. But like I don't know, man. Like I think especially like just cooking at home is just a better idea in general, just because of how
I like it.
crazy.
It's great for me.
Yeah, because also you
it's
learn
great for me
you
as
learn
far
the skill.
as like I'm learning and all those things, and it's nice, but it's expensive. Like it's like at this point, and I don't eat like McDonald's or like Burger King.
What are you
I don't
cooking?
eat those foods.
You can
Haitian
can
food.
cook for Haitian. Oh, okay. Whenever I cook like
Haitian
Indian,
food.
if I cook Indian food, I'm like, yeah, I'm spending a lot of money.
You get the meats and all those things. But
Yeah.
My last question to you guys before we get out of here is somebody put this out there about millennials, and they're like, millennials check the mail once a month. Is this true?
The mail?
The mail. They check their mail.
It depends if I'm expecting something.
And after that, you don't check it anymore. You don't check that. You don't.
No, it's at least once a week.
I do once a
I
week.
mean, I
as
have
well.
bills and stuff.
I don't
right?
check the mail at all.
I check.
I check the mail.
I don't.
Bro, Ariana's like, I don't know what mail is. I don't care. I'm getting an $11 latte right now, and it's fucked up.
Dude, when I tell you, I literally went to the. I'm not even exaggerating. I went to the grocery store today, and I got depressed. I was like, I bought chicken thighs, some raspberries, and some apples, and it was $30. And I was like, you know what?
God.
You know what? I just got so depressed. Like, I'm not even. That was actually partially why I took the shoot.
Are you in California?
Are
you in California?
This is so cruel, honestly.
No, she moved. She don't live in California no more.
Oh, you
I
don't
live
in
in
California?
New York. Yeah, this stuff.
Oh
is
gosh, okay.
Yeah,
New York's
I live in New
I
York.
don't. New York got that like New York tax. Like it's pretty expensive.
Well,
Like,
But
California
in
has-
New York, the difference in New York, the difference in New York when I lived in Brooklyn, I would eat better than I do here. I had $1. I'm hungry, got $3. I'll jump the turnstiles if I couldn't afford to get on. I'll jump and be on there for free. And then I'll go down to 14th Street, have me a nice, people watch, go to the Whole Foods over there. My friend over there, they used to be giving good money on food stamps. If you said you were poor because you were just living like in a freaking shack and somebody's renting you a room or whatever, and you said you were homeless, they would give you like food stamps and free insurance and all that. So my friend would go and use her card at Whole Foods, and we'd be eating good, right? Sitting over there in Union Square, or we'll get $1 pizza. That was back in the day. We'll do those things, right? And or some of the bars would have $3 chicken wings, $2 drinks, or whatever. It used to be nice and affordable when you was poor. Okay, over there in New York, you probably couldn't afford to live, but you can go outside and eat something. But like now, I just
COVID though, because even the $1 pizza slices, like those don't exist anymore. Like,
wow,
yeah, no, there's no more. Actually, there were a couple of TikToks of people talking about that. But even then, because I come from the Bay Area, so the Bay Area is still more expensive than New York City. And I will say, New York City is not as expensive as you make it. And what I mean by that is, like, if you know the places to go to shop, if you budget properly, if you have community, for example, I know a whole floor of apartment of people who they all pitch in for a Costco membership, and then they'll all buy like meat, and then they'll all share the meat because it's too much meat for one person. So it'll be like 5 people splitting a Costco membership and then splitting the meat. And they make it work. You know what I mean?
Hey man,
And
the Costco chicken remains undefeated in terms of like $5, and then you get to make like how many meals out of that Costco chicken? That's crazy.
Chicken, yeah.
Sorry, jump in. I gotta get off. I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
All right.
Well, I gotta leave.
At least you say bye.
Very quickly, David,
Bye.
before you go,
Yeah.
play fighting games with me. David said he was going to play Marvel.
Play games I'm not shitty at. I will
teach you.
Marvel Token sounds interesting, but like I hear it's really hard, so I'm like maybe not. Maybe that's not.
Play 2X with
David, also before you go, I got a super chat that's about for you. It says, Lance, tell David that I haven't been able to access his live stream for several weeks. By the way, I'm enjoying your content.
Oh, I'm not streaming on the YouTube channel anymore.
Okay, there you have it.
Yeah,
there's
keeping it separate. But
all right,
good
David,
night,
you have a
everybody.
good night.
Take care, David.
Have a good
No,
night.
I'm leaving too. So we're gonna get to
I
these
don't
super
know.
chats because I'm not staying with y'all.
Well, let's Ed promote his stuff first. And
Yes.
Yeah, poor guy sat here for 3 hours and talked shit on the Saudi.
No, Zed usually be chilling. Does Zed you not staying for till later?
Let him promote some.
No, girl, Zed is family. He's open to stay. Or you open? Are you staying with everybody, Zed? You know,
I
are you
probably gotta go because I have to also record like a video for tomorrow, so I have to go through that
Okay.
whole process.
I thought you were
But
gonna
otherwise,
bring up your
I would
girlfriend
love to
again.
sit.
One more time you brought up your girlfriend, I was gonna be like, I need a girlfriend reveal.
Girlfriend, she's probably streaming right now. Otherwise, I would bring her in here. But next time, I'm hopefully I can come on again, like probably before the end of the year, right, Mike? If I'm good enough, if I'm popular enough.
We'll see how your behavior is. Okay, if
Yeah,
you do
okay.
your chores.
How the poll goes. We gotta
of
run
course,
the,
of course.
We'll pour through the analytics and see what the audience thought. And then we'll
Let's see how you
decide
test
your,
it.
I gotta be
how you test. Yeah,
Binder got that majority report cred, so I gotta be good enough to be seen on screen with him. All right.
I don't got no credit whatsoever. Don't don't worry about
well,
it.
if y'all want to hear the news wrapped at all, I do a show called Freestyle the News every single Sunday. You can come through. We have another episode this week. We're gonna be putting all of our stuff on Spotify in the next week or so. I'm sorry, it's been kind of nuts. I also do the music for Evo, which we'll see how long that's still going. But like the latest album for that is out on Spotify and everything like that. And then just come say hi and follow me on whatever, Twitter or whatever. It's at ZT Music. And you know, also I host a card game, but I don't know if you guys play. I post a card game podcast now. So
I didn't know this. What?
Yeah,
I watch your
play-
content. How have I not seen this?
I host a podcast called Go for Lethal where we talk about the One Piece card game. So
and
I
it's
have a bunch
One
of-
Piece? Oh my god,
Yeah,
I forgot
One
you're
Piece
also a
card
One
game.
Piece nerd. Yeah, okay. I
I'm an
gotta see that.
insane One Piece nerd.
Love that.
I'm kind of, it's one of those things like now it's like a cult where he's like, you watch One Piece, I watch One Piece, and then we
I'm in the
talk
cult
about that for
too.
hours. Yeah.
Yep.
So one of these days we'll have to talk about that. But yeah,
Yes.
go watch Go for Lethal and everything like that, and say hi to me if you see me in public. So it was
Go follow
wonderful. Yes, it was great to be on here. It was wonderful to meet you, Ariana. It's good to see you again, Rebecca. Good to see you again, Matt. Good to see you, Lance. Good to see you, Mike. David has to play fighting games with me, and then he'll get a good to see you. But we'll see.
Also, are you Persian? Because your last name is very Persian.
I am half Pakistani, half Indian, and then part Arab. Very small part Arab through my mom's side. So
Oh, okay. Because
yeah,
Tabani is like a Persian last name. But
yeah. It's like I think because I'm Sayyid through my mom's like lineage or whatever.
Oh,
so
cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
kind of
that's
cool. All right, good to see you guys.
Bye, Zed.
Love y'all.
Take care,
Bye
Zed.
again.
Y'all
Always
family.
nice having you.
All right.
This is a fun
Okay.
stream, guys. I enjoyed it.
This was really fun. Yeah.
I'm sure
It
you
was
did.
good. I need.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Now I know
You
the
gonna sleep
secret to
good tonight,
enjoying
too.
these. No, I'm just kidding. That was like a low key diss, but that just sounded dickish. I was just joking. Okay, so who do we want to go first with super chats?
Me, because I'm out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hang on. Let me update the times. I have the time. By the way,
Oh,
I'll
let
post
me-
it again. I have the timestamps if you guys want to put this in your YouTube VOD, so people can kind of get a
You work
general
so hard,
sense of
Mike.
what we talked about. I try to keep track during the show. It's not very specific, but it's better than nothing. Okay, let me pull up Rebecca's here. Let me know who the first super chat is from you, Rebecca, and then I could follow along.
I want to say it's Super Duperful, but I think that was just super. Shout out to Super Duperful that
Okay, I see
became
that.
a member. So yeah, thank you so much for becoming a member. Content will be going there. Let your girl get some grounding first. J Cass is next. Thank you so much for he asked for thoughts on Poop Diddy's sentence. We chimed in on that for a second, but thank you so much, Jay. Omega Star, as always, thank you for tuning in and thank you for your super chat. Omega Star again. For some reason, Amy Klobuchar's voice calms my cat down. That's so random.
Oh, that's so random. Yeah.
But that's so funny. Thank you so much for your super chat. Super Duper Full came in again. Thank you for your super chat. Parker says, set y'all's alarm clocks for 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow for the Nobel Peace Prize winner announcement and see the internet clown Trump for not winning it.
He'll probably win it.
5 a.m., baby. I am tapped. Thank you so much, Parker. Chris, American corpse, unalive journalists, union leaders, etc. No one gets upset about celebs promoting Coca-Cola or Dole. Saudi Arabia is an easy target for the Western Irie. That's the Islamophobia, and it feels good to call out. Thank you so much, Chris.
That's like, you can criticize the government. Like, we kind of touched on this, but like criticizing a government
Earlier in
is
the show?
different than
'Cause I'm like-
criticizing like people. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Chris, for your super chat, though. Appreciate it. Chris, again, to clarify, okay, there's a clarification.
Okay,
To
there we go.
clarify, it feels good to say I have more integrity than Bill Burr. today. Oh, totally agree about the fetishization of activist causes, but that's expected and useful. Still frustrating. Chris again. Okay, Chris, rain on me. For instance, after all the black squares of 2020, 2021, and the most unalivings by cops in a decade, but quarantine was over and white libs didn't need an excuse to break quarantine anymore. So, Bay Photo, thank you. I too remember my invincible 20s, crazy times that would kill 33-year-old me, baby. Every time I think back, I'm like, God, thank you for just getting me here. Because why was I in the night having kids in my car, carrying them from the club? We wasn't even 21. Oh Lord, I think about those and I did cringe. But Jeffrey Allen, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate it. And Prairie Fire, always coming in the clutch. Of course, here is your rotisserie chicken money. It's not $10 no more. Okay, it's a little higher than that. But thank you so much for that. Here's your rotisserie chicken money. I, of course, I'm doing quite well now that the soybeans are getting bailed out. I'm joking. It's a total disaster. A farmer, right?
Yeah, he's a farmer in Nebraska.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Prairie. But y'all know his real name. Y'all know what's his real name? Because y'all be calling it out. Kowalski.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. All right, Kowalski. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, everybody, for your super chats. Oh, somebody did send the Cash App, and I don't want to forget them. Let me go and read that one. Serena, thank you so much for yours. All right, but yeah, thank you guys so much. Mean it. I will see you on next Thursday.
Bye, Rebecca.
Y'all get some rest.
Peace,
Bye, y'all.
Rebecca.
Bye.
Hi, Rebecca.
Guys, can I go next? Is that okay?
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
Also, I think a lot of people in the chat didn't know that I'm Persian. Yeah, I'm Persian, guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of people
I
were
knew
like
that.
having discourse about it, and I was like,
Oh,
I've talked about this before.
yeah.
But yes, I'm Iranian. Okay.
I mean, your name's Ariana Jasmine, like Jasmine from Aladdin.
Yeah, it was tacky. I should have thought that through, but whatever. That is what it is.
Wait, your
I like
Jasmine's not your real name?
No. Mm-mm.
I mean,
You're
Ariana's
smart.
your real name, right?
That's very smart, Ariana, to not use your real name. I wish I had done that from the start.
I knew it wasn't
Ariana is my
your
real name, but Jasmine is not.
Yeah.
I knew Jasmine wasn't your last name, but I thought maybe your middle name, and you went by your first and middle name or something like that.
No. I just, really wanted to live my Jasmine, little Aladdin carpet moment, but Jared probably thought that through more. All right, so J Cass is the first one for me.
Okay.
Yay. Cute dog. I'm rooting for Puerto Rico Bad Bunnies since apparently they aren't even American. I know. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, Puerto Rico is a
That
part of
clip is
America.
amazing.
Let's
You
be
all saw
so
that clip,
real.
right? From
Also, Turning
Thomas
Point.
Loren.
Wait, what?
You saw the clip that J-Cast is referring to of Thomas Loren and Crystal Ball, where she's like,
Tammy? I thought it was like
Tommy Lauren.
Tammy Loren, yeah,
Tommy,
where she was
yeah.
like, she brought on Crystal Ball, and
Thomas
she's like,
Loren.
what do you think of
Thomas Lauren.
what do you think of Bad Bunny doing the Super Bowl? I think that they should have an American do it. And Crystal Ball's like, he is an American, dear. Puerto Rico is part of the United States. It was so
I made it on John
fucking-
Oliver on
It was
last week's
bad.
news.
That's right.
Yeah, it was on.
did.
Yeah, it was on John Oliver. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Very, very insane thing to say. Or
Um,
stupid thing to say, I should say, because it's not insane, it's genuinely dumb.
Well, it's Thomas Loren. What do you expect? I'm just kidding.
Thomas Loren. Thomas Loren.
Okay. Chris, thank you so much for the $20, and thank you so much for being number one in my chat. That's so sweet of you. It's not about Saudi Arabia isn't that bad. The Islamophobia is that our society allows for anti-Saudi discourse and a willingness to condemn and judge them as wholly bad while others just do bad things.
I feel like you're doing the conflation
What?
with like the people and the government, Chris. I don't think that that's
Yeah.
like what they were doing. Like the distinction that Ariana made when Zed was talking about that was like you got to separate the government from the people, because like when people in America say Saudi Arabia, like they're talking about the government of Saudi Arabia. I understand what you're saying because Americans are super Islamophobic and ignorant when it comes to the Arab world, but like that's not what people are talking about. Like if the comedians, for example, performed at like some small Saudi's club, nobody would give a shit. But it's the fact that they were bankrolled by the government, right? Snoop Dogg, he was criticized because he performed for the government, right? So it's about the government.
Right.
It's the complicity there, not the people. Because I couldn't care less about like a random person in Saudi Arabia. They're just like us, you know what I mean? They can't control what their government does. So I think that's like the main point to drive home is you got to separate those two things, government and people.
By the way, I just want to be very clear. There are so many mainstream artists, especially EDM rave artists, or not rave artists. You know what I mean? Like the DJs that go to they go to Cairo and they perform at the pyramids. It's like a whole thing. I think David Guetta's about to go. There's, Kehlani went to Dubai and she did a show for Huda Beauties. There's a lot of shows that happen in the Middle East. So that it's not like this new phenomenon where these Western shows are happening in the Middle East, right? It's the fact that Saudi's government is trying to basically pay off all of these artists that are globally well known so that they can cover up their crimes, like putting Khashoggi in a vat of acid and cutting him up. Which, by the way, the story of Khashoggi is extraordinarily diabolical because Khashoggi was not even supposed to go into the embassy. They lured him into the embassy because he wanted to get a marriage certificate for I believe it was his third marriage. He told the Saudi, government, he was like, I want to get married. He needed to get his separation papers. And the Saudi government was like, okay, you have to come into the embassy in order for us to give you these papers. And he essentially got them to promise him that he was not, nothing was going to happen to him. He goes in and he never comes back out. And then we find out that he got chopped up and thrown into a vat of acid. So
that's crazy.
When we're talking about like a barbaric government, we are talking about a truly barbaric government, regardless of religion, regardless of anything else. They are truly not a good government whatsoever. And so yeah, they're trying to essentially pink wash or whatever. They're trying to wash their hands clean of these atrocious human rights violations that they do on a regular basis.
And they just did a genocide in Yemen. Like, people forget that wasn't that long ago. That was 2018. They were starving Yemen. And so many people, children, died of famine because of that. So, like, there's been no accountability, no arrests for war crimes.
So
yeah, so it's like you really have to separate the government here from the people. That's like the main takeaway. The only exception I would make is if there's like an international boycott effort to put pressure on the government, like Israel. Like, that's different. Like, BDS is different. So if there was like a sort of movement to get people to stop going to Saudi Arabia in general, to put pressure on the government, that's a different story. Right now, there is nothing like that. For Israel, there's a specific ask, which is to end the apartheid and end the genocide. But like, you can't just reduce it down to Islamophobia, even though I understand why you would do that, because in America, there's Islamophobia is ubiquitous, but it is more nuanced, and it's important to recognize that.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people forget, but it's just something that we need to consider, that Saudi is not a good government. Okay, going on to the next one. Snake Pliskin, thank you so much for the 5 memberships. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Looney Tunes, thanks for being a great mod. What the hell was bro thinking with these paintings? Was this all Matt and the Hat Binder's idea? Wait, no, it was my idea to look at the paintings. That was all me. I take credit for that. I've been sitting on those.
That was disturbing.
And I had no one to talk to about it. Like, George Bush does paintings. No one gives a fucking, the real world. But we do,
I always thought that they were ugly, Ariana, but until you really made me focus on it, I didn't appreciate how fugly they were. It's crazy.
Yeah. And he's very proud of them too. Like, he does interviews about them and he will so proud of them. And I'm like, dude, like, can you imagine the world we would live in if he just, decided to be a painter and not a president? Okay, anyways.
Nobody would know who he was. I love how during that segment, someone was like, Mike, stop smelling your own farts when I was like showing my art. Motherfucker, I'm joking, okay? If you take the shit that I say seriously, half the time I'm being facetious.
It was
I
good
love
art.
your art, though.
It was good art.
Nintendo game.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much for the $6.99. Reagan era judge compares U.S. ICE to the U.S. right-wing terrorist group KKK, while Orange Man Hitler illegally considers insurrection act. That is very true. Actually, a Reagan era judge did come out and say that ICE was basically Gestapo, which was kind of crazy because I didn't even know Reagan era judges were still alive. But period.
This one is very old, but apparently still has some sense.
Some common sense.
Yeah.
Banquet of the Leviathan. Those are some stinky pictures. Thank you so much for the $10. I agree with you. They were terrible. They were horrible. Nintendo, thank you so much for the $6.99. U.S. Gestapo just got the power to hack every American. Yes, that is true. By using 1984 technology owned by war criminal Israel. So yes, I don't know if you guys knew this, but this week, Trump signed a deal with I did a video on this on Instagram and TikTok, but he signed a contract with one of the most best hacking software companies. And they can essentially hack into anyone's phone, and it doesn't matter how encrypted it is. Like if you're texting on WhatsApp Signal, basically what they do is they set up these not antennas, like these, whatever you call them. And then your phone just connects to it. And then you don't
That's
even
really
know what
scary.
happened. So yeah. Sunflower Dragon, thank you so much for the $5. Jesus Christ, Rihanna, that no will to live comment made me crack with laughter because of their shoes. Dude, honestly, I've honestly the price of groceries just keeps going up by the week. I'm not even joking. Every single week I go to the grocery store and I'm like, I'm paying $5 or $10 more than last week for this same exact things. And it's just starting to get really scary, honestly. We'll see where it goes. Thank you so much for the $5 though. Sunflower Dragon, thank you so much for the $2. Chickpea and beans. I'm down with the beans are super cheap. I feel like beans are the one thing that's
Rice is still pretty cheap if you buy a lot of it. Like if you buy bulk rice, it's pretty affordable, and it's versatile too. So that's a good thing to stock up
rice
on.
and beans.
Mm-hmm.
Rice and beans. Prairie Fire Claw.
Just don't go Nancy Mace with the beans, please.
Oh man, yeah. Don't hang out with your date. Maybe don't eat the beans if you're.
What was it? What was it? Kyle Kulinski who tweeted at her like, "What's with all the beans, you nasty bitch?" or something.
Yeah, that's a lot of beans, you nasty ass bitch.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That's actually that's diabolical.
And it was genuinely the most beans I've ever seen anybody have on their plate. I can't imagine she finished all that, but she probably did.
It looked.
I mean, beans are good for you.
Yeah.
No bean shaming here, but Nancy Mace, we're gonna bean shame her.
You know what they say? Beans, they're good for the heart. The more you eat them, the more you do George W. Bush escort.
Damn.
Who says that?
That took a pivot I was not expecting.
You said, you know what they say is if they actually say that. I don't know if anyone says that.
They will now.
Kowalski, thank you so much for the $10. I'm glad you are on this program. It's nice to have a fellow youthful perspective on the show of the day. Oh my god, thank you. You're the lone cool voice on it. I want to say that. We all know Matt has been dyeing his beard in his old age. Oh no, Matt.
No, I don't dye I would never dye my beard. People who dye their beard, I think it looks really bad. You look like you painted your face. You could, if you really look, I do have grays in my hair, but I would probably dye my hair, but not my beard. If my beard went gray, it would just go gray. I wouldn't dye my beard.
The salt and pepper look looks great on men when they embrace it. Just embrace the salt and pepper, y'all. It looks good on you.
Ariana's got the hots for Richard Reed.
Huh? Who's
Fantastic
that?
Fantastic Four. It's okay.
I don't
it's all
know.
right. Mr. Fantastic.
I didn't know who that was too until you said Fantastic Four. And I'm like, okay, Dr. Reed.
Fantastic 3, Fantastic 4.
All right.
But
I agree. Men look good. Men look good with salt and pepper hair. Yes, they do.
Yeah, I mean, there's multiple people that can pull it off. So that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, guys.
Sam Cedar. As someone in the chat said, Sam Cedar. Yes, Sam.
Oh, there's
Sam somehow looks younger with the salt and pepper hair. Actually, I don't know how that worked out.
Pedro. Either you or Rebecca from Chris. I'm not sure. I
I
just
don't
want to make
think
sure it
it's
was
for
read.
me. It didn't come from
Okay,
me.
this might have been for Rebecca.
It's not
Islamophobia to criticize Saudi government. It's
Islamophobia to criticize the Saudi government. It's Islamophobia that boosts those criticisms in Western society. I
okay,
mean,
I just want to make sure that was seen.
I understand where your head is at. Like, I really do, and I say this as a Muslim, like, who literally was in kindergarten when 9/11 happened. So I trust me, I understand. Like, I know Islamophobia. You know what I mean? I just think that, like, just because a couple shitheads will use that to be Islamophobic doesn't mean that the Saudi government is absolved from their crimes. You know what I mean? Like, Islamophobic people are going to be Islamophobic. Like, I can't do shit about that. You know, I hope they change. If they don't, they don't. But at the end of the day, that doesn't absolve Saudi from being fucking disgusting. Like, in my opinion, it's Israel, and then it's probably Saudi is like right after Israel for governments that I don't like. Like, they've done a lot of human rights violations. I got one last one from Jeremy Elwood. Thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Rice, cilantro, spinach, parsley, dill, kidney beans, and dried lemon. Great meal, easy to make. I love this. I love this so
Spinach
much.
is good.
Guys, maybe we should have a Friendsgiving, like a virtual Friendsgiving, where we
Oh
all
my
bring like
God.
a Thanksgiving plate.
That'd be
That'd
fun.
be nice. I like that. We should do
Yeah.
that.
Feel
I would
like,
like that.
yeah, and then we can complain about Christopher Columbus. You know what I mean? All right,
That
guys.
would be amazing.
I had so much fun today. I really did. Thank you for making me feel better after my grocery run.
Hey, Friendsgiving is
Glad you feel
Thanksgiving's not
better.
about Christopher Columbus though. It's the Pilgrims. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, but the Pilgrims are a product of Christopher Columbus, so you know.
Either way, fuck Columbus.
Different place. They're from different places.
That's anti-Italian discrimination.
They're all
Lance.
settlers, though. Like,
Yeah.
it's the settler colonialism of it all. Also, turkey tastes like napkins. It's disgusting. We only do Thanksgiving to, you know, it's a great way to see your family again. But the idea of Thanksgiving, it's kind of ironic. You know what I mean?
It is. Yeah. No, I see.
I like turkey. Turkey's good. Whenever I go to Subway, I get a turkey sandwich.
I thought you got the tuna sandwich.
The lightest thing you've
I
ever
eat
said.
tuna or turkey. Those are my two go-tos. And if I go to a real deli, like a deli, I get turkey. I get turkey, lettuce, tomato, and mayo on a roll. Yeah, it's my
Turkey
go-to
just doesn't
turkey.
taste like anything to me.
Turkey's good.
Like, it's just.
I get turkey because it's more lean than beef. But
Yeah.
You gotta get your turkey. You gotta get your turkey cooked the right way. It sounds dirty. I don't know why.
That
You gotta
does
get
sound dirty. Yeah.
You got it when your Thanksgiving.
You gotta get that
turkey is-
turkey cooked.
I didn't say that. That was you.
All right,
That was
guys.
you,
This
not-
is
But you have to. You do have to get your.
too much testosterone.
I'm
now.
gonna.
I gotta go.
I have to go too, so I'm gonna just read off just the two I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, take
JCast,
care, Yana.
$8
Bye,
traded the lights for pumpkin spice latte. It's true. Looney Tunes 9000. Thank you for the $1. Sam Rocher. Thank you for the $10. Can we
Oh,
update the
too
hero's
close.
journey thing?
Too close. Oh, just
Hating
stop it.
women? Absolutely, we can. Asa the Poseidus. Thank you for the $2. Rockstar had it right. Having the 3K test dummies. ACAB Forever. Thank you for resubscribing. And also thank you to the one and only iDubbbz for subscribing over on Twitch. That's pretty cool. I'm going to send all my fans
Really?
over
The
to that
iDubbbz?
finger. The iDubbbz. It's the official account.
Wow.
I subscribed.
By the way,
It's,
Lance, you were super quiet. But I realized that I can actually boost your volume in the controls
way.
now that they have in StreamYard. So you sound like better. I just boosted you. Hopefully the chat can.
Yeah. Next time.
Yeah.
I just thought none of you wanted to hear my silly takes. That's all.
No, because you were super quiet, so I feel bad because whenever you would like try to jump in, nobody
Yeah.
could hear. Like it could hear you, but it was just really quiet. So hopefully that'll help next time.
Wow.
Lance,
weird.
your voice is sort of like blown out. Like it's not that it's too loud. It's like no, I'm being serious, right, Mike? You hear what I'm talking about, right? Like it's,
It's
blown
like
right.
clipping. It's hard to explain.
Oh, it's probably from me running it through a filter to run through the stream.
I see.
It works fine on my side, and then when I put it into Streamlabs, all these issues pop up. I'll get it
I
sorted.
see.
Anyways, I love you guys. I gotta go.
All
Bye.
right, you take
all
care.
right. Take care, Lance.
All right. Do you
Now
want to go
it's
first?
down to 2.
The final 2.
All right, you go first. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Let's see here. We have Luna Flynn. Thank you, Luna, who says, I'm going to the October 18th No Kings protest. Have you ever protested? What should I expect? I think we are winning the culture war, if nothing else. I would agree with that temporarily. Yeah, I have been to protests. I will say bring sunscreen, bring water, and just have fun. Talk to people, try to get to know people, make connections with people, because odds are there's going to be other people there who feel alone and politically anxious, and it could be a way to spark up a friendship and, start making your way in activist circles. One thing that I realized about protests is that there's always the same group of if you show up to them multiple times, there's always the same group of people that will show up. Like you'll see new people, but you'll see the same like group of people. And they're super politically active, and if you can get to know them, they're usually really friendly. I mean, it depends on your area, right? But with regard to my area, if you get to know them, that's a great way to figure out what's happening politically locally, and it's great. So yeah, I think that I'd say and just have fun. Tyler, thank you for being a member for 33 months. That is a long time. Thank you so much, Tyler. Appreciate you. Grand Regent Thrag says Mike looks like a leftist Matt Walsh. Disagree and you'll face my wrath. Oh, I hate you, but you're kind of right. So I will not be facing your wrath because I don't
like a
necessarily
leftist
disagree.
Matt Walsh.
Yeah, I mean, how about this? He looks like a fascist humanist report. If you deep fried humanist report and put me through AI, maybe it'd look like him. Sam says, thoughts on the Bad Bunny Super Bowl outrage. It's a clown show. It's the same thing we see from conservatives again and again whenever there is a black person in a movie or a gay person on a TV show. It's the same thing. Just copy paste. I'm so bored with their shitty racist outrage at this point.
Yeah, it's boring at this point. Yeah.
Jeremy Elwood says, sorry I'm late. It's okay, Jeremy. Just don't do that again. No, I'm just kidding. Of course. It's no problem. None ya business says, since the ICJ officially called it a genocide, y'all must step it up and name it as it is, a Holocaust. Yeah, I mean, we all call it a genocide, but I hope that other people follow suit because I think that words really do matter here, and using the G word, it makes a difference. Jeremy says, we need to be friends with Palestine. Pal is literally the name. Gargamel's bad guy in the Smurfs cat was named Azriel. Seems pretty close. Oh, interesting. Kenzie Page, thanks for being a member for 28 months, more than 2 years. Thank you so much. That's crazy. Chris Corcoran says, this panel started as 2%, 1%, 0.5%, and skim milk. Canadian Goose says, good morning, gang. Some happier news this week in my personal life. I came out as non-binary to my mom last week. Thanks for everything you all do. That's really awesome. Congratulations to you. Hope it went well. That's really exciting. Coming out is a big thing to do. So good for you. I'm happy for you. Jeremy Elwood says, I have a degree in lighting design. Lighting design. Porter needs me. That was a great clip. Super duper
The
full.
face she makes when the lights go off.
I'm glad you pointed that out because I missed that because I was laughing so hard. God, that was good. The Shoom, superpowers, doing absolutely nothing, slippery glasses. That's fair. Chris Corcoran says, Katie Porter kind of seems like a female version of Mr. Boss from Smiling Friends. The way she acts friendly, then immediately shifts to scary, #oogly goo. That is what I think makes it funny to me. Of course, staff abuse is a serious subject, but when she does that whole, she goes from the happy-go-lucky to the fuck up. Like, it reminds me of that scene from Waiting. Remember that movie where that lady, she was dealing with the customer and they're like, I think I'll have some apple pie or whatever. And she's like, oh, that sounds delicious. And she turns around, she's like, fucking shit. Like, that's what that remind me of. It's been a while since I saw the movie, but hopefully you can remember the scene. It's just very funny to me. The juxtaposition is great. V-Man says, Mike, since I've been telling you so much bad news from Puerto Rico, so I thought I'd tell you good news. According to a survey on voter affiliation, the island's two left-wing parties continue next in chat. Okay, let me pull that up. Have surpassed the island's centrist party and are now within 2 percentage points of overtaking the ruling right-wing party in terms of voter affiliation. Hell yeah, V-Man. I'm really happy to hear that. That is really good news. We always love to see left-wing parties surge, and yeah, that's awesome. Sunflower says low-key Hunter Biden paintings don't suck. I don't think I've ever seen a Hunter Biden painting. They've got to be better than Bush's, though. That's a very low bar. JJ Sayin says Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, their administration said the DNC will forever be shamed for failing to end the genocide in Gaza and ignoring Palestinian. Yeah, I think you're right. Jeremy says, let him paint the world rather than taint the world. Yeah, although to be fair, he already tainted the world, and now he's painting the world. So if he did the painting and not the tainting, things will be much better. Sunflower says, OMG, I would wear a shirt with that Trump earrings pic, and I have a hard rule about avoiding his face at all costs. That's funny. Maybe I'll put that on a shirt. I don't know what to do because there's a slur on it, and I didn't think about that. I didn't think about, like, commodifying it. I was just doing it because I thought it was funny, and I was bored. But, yeah,
Just take the slur out.
Yeah, I'll have to try to do that without messing it up. Where are we at? Oh, okay. Jeremy Elwood says, I'm fucking jealous of Ariana. I want shrooms. Let's see here. Tropical Ding Dong says, watching Mike Bob Ross, burnt umber for a necklace. Mike, you're a madman. Bay Photo says, y'all are some lightweights, get into the heavy stuff. We call it Tylenol. That's true. Tylenol is it's contraband now in some parts of the country, apparently. Autistic Goblin says, I switched to NA beer. Cheaper, satisfies the habit. Still, non-alcoholic beer. Still nasty and no hangover. I highly recommend it. Great selection these days, too. The thing is that I've never been into beer. Whenever I drank alcohol, I avoided beer because I just hate the taste. I can go for a Corona if you put lime in it, like a lot of lime. But other than that, I hate the taste of beer. But yeah, NA is an option for sure. Canadian Goose says, have you all noticed the guy Fox News gets to play the Hamas insurgent, the ex-Mexican cartel member? I saw that, yeah. And the Antifa member in an interview with Jesse Waters they pretend is real is the same guy. MR did a segment recently. I saw that segment. Yeah, it's just straight up fake news. It's straight up fake news, and it's funny that they think that. Well, I guess that they think they don't think their dumbass audience will be fooled by it, but like it's funny they think anyone wouldn't be fooled by that because it's so ridiculous. Jeremy says, I'm Gen X. Sorry your parents were boomers. Fuggy Bootling says, has Zed been reading The Fourth Turning? Oh, shit. We didn't get to pose this question to him when he was here. I'm sorry about that. Jeremy says, my favorite thing to cook is Persian food. Gorma Sabzi and Fizan Jan for the win. I probably mispronounced that, but that's awesome if you can cook Persian food. Fatty Pancake says, I got a Costco membership, and I've been freezing food. King Supers marks down their food every day. You can find $4 packs of chicken and other food. That's actually really affordable. Good to know. Let me see here. Okay, found my place again. Jackson says, does Anna Kay get canceled by CNN for her media rant? Does Cenk look like he got stink fingered in that rant? I don't know what stink fingered mean, but it sounds funny. So I did not see the full thing. I watched a little bit of the Vanguard's clip about this, but I didn't get to finish it. So I don't know if they're going to cancel her for that. I don't have the full story yet, but I don't know what she was like. I don't really know what she was talking about. I saw the clip, but I need to watch the Vanguard to get the full tea because I'm a little bit out of the loop on the Anna Kasparian news. I haven't been following TYT at all.
What happened?
She rubbed her hands together and people said it looked like the anti-Semitic Happy Merchant meme that was created by white supremacists. And I don't know. I don't have enough. I don't know what she was really talking about. I don't know what the context was, so it could have just been like clipped. So I don't want to go out of my way and like say anything if I don't know. But yeah, I need to do my homework on that because I don't know. For that kind of shit, I go to the Vanguard because they always have the tea for sure, and they have good takes on it. So I'll get back to you when I watch the Vanguard segment in full. I only saw like the part, like I clicked on the video and I fast forwarded to like or no, it was at the beginning. So I saw the beginning where she did it, and then I like jumped ahead just to like see commentary earlier when I was eating dinner, but I didn't get the full story, so I need to go back and watch it in full. I didn't have time earlier. Okay. ABS says, hey, Mike, got an internship interview coming up. Hey, that's amazing, ABS. Also, did you hear about Greta Thunberg's torture by the IDF? PS, are you excited for VTM Bloodlines 2? So I did hear about Greta Thunberg and the way that they abused her and basically tortured her and humiliated her and made her kiss the Israeli flag. Depraved, but not surprising in the slightest bit. Greta Thunberg is a hero, and I love her. I think what she's doing is so brave. In terms of the second question, I think that means that's referring to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. I'm gonna wait for reviews on that one. I would love to play a cool vampire game, but I don't know if that one's gonna be good. So we'll see what the reviewers say about that one. Super Duperful says most millennials have memories before 9/11 and the 2008 financial crash. The climate crisis was not that pressing of a topic in public. I feel for Gen Z. That's a really great point, actually, because yeah, we all can remember the 90s. We were kids then, how amazing it was. Yeah, that's something to consider. Gen Z definitely has it worse. Dan Dave says, wait, is this one? I don't know if this one is for me. No, this is not for me. The next one is from Chris. From me. I'm not defending the Saudi government. I'm saying that general Islamophobia boosts criticisms of the Saudi gov, and you can't just ignore the aspect. No. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I know you weren't defending the Saudi government. I was trying to disaggregate the two. And yeah, I think that you're making an important point. You can't ignore that. It's the same thing that you see like online with neo-Nazis boosting anti-Zionism when we know that those people are actually anti-Semitic. So I do agree with you that you have to be cognizant of that. So I think we're kind of like coming to a place where we see each other's perspective. I think we're on the same page pretty much, Chris. But yeah, I wasn't saying you were defending Saudi. I didn't think that you would, but I appreciate you saying that. Jeremy, thank you for the gifted membership. Really appreciate that. Jason the Morton, just massive super chat, no message. Thank you, Jason. That's really kind of you. Appreciate that. And the next one is from Blue, who just sent in a sticker. That is of a rose. Looks like the DSA Socialist rose. Appreciate that. JCast says, have you tried... Oh, didn't click on it. Have you tried today's leches yet? I have not. I still want to. I have not had the opportunity to. I will. That sounds amazing. Sam says, thoughts on Van Jones' take on Bill Maher's so gross. Yeah, I agree. I thought that was disgusting. It's not surprising because Van Jones also spoke at the pro-genocide rally. But I mean, he's just a completely heartless bastard at this point. I've lost all... I mean, I never really had faith in Van Jones. I thought, like, in terms of liberals on CNN, he was okay. But now I'm just like, I'm over him. Lizzie Bennett, last one for me, says, I've always said Matt Walsh is your evil twin. More people can see the resemblance. Yeah, part of it is the beard and the glasses, right? And we both have dark hair. But see, the thing is that I look like just like every dude in Portland. Every dude in Portland has a beard and hipster glasses and tattoos. So like he's kind of swagger jacking people from Portland because this is just our style. So, yeah, and like even if you like younger, if you looked at the Human Sport videos, I didn't have a beard or tattoos yet, but every Portlander morphs into what I am now. Basically, we all look identical. You can't tell us apart. So, Matt Walsh has a lot of twins here. Jeremy says, I'm losing faith in progressive channels. I see a lot of them swaying. Thank you for still being true. Love you for that. Good night. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. I'm sorry to hear that. I I feel the same way, if I'm being honest, Jeremy. It does suck to see that. But yeah, a lot of people either I don't know, they never really cared or they get brain rot somehow. It's just really it's shitty, but yeah, I feel you. I have lost quite a bit of faith over the past couple of years in leftist channels myself. I did get another one while I was talking. Fuggy says, thoughts on ICE protesters looking as silly as possible to make them look ridiculous. So many good ones on MR today. Yeah, I think it's so funny. I think you're referring to like the Portland dance parties that we've been seeing online. The frog, the anti-fascist frog, who's been like pushing back against ICE. That honestly is the best way to respond, and it's what I expected from Portland, because people in Portland, like, it's funny that Trump describes it as a war zone, because you're talking about a bunch of hippies who are all stoners and they're just trying to have a good time, and that's exactly what they're still doing. And yeah, I think that those videos honestly have given me a lot of hopium, so I like the response that we're seeing. I recognize some people there too, like there was Amanda Sieb who was at the dance party. Really, really, just really cool people all around. Like, this is, people in Portland are very, very friendly. Like, you always see this characterization of big cities, like they're so dangerous and shit. Like, you're gonna see crime everywhere. There's gonna be unhoused people, and that's really sad. But I mean, Portland is, it's not this dangerous hellhole that people make it out to be. It's very stupid to say that. Portland is just like a very chill, really pretty city, actually. Like, it's very beautiful. It's very green. Um, it's just a great city. Very diverse. I mean, it's gentrified like a motherfucker. So, it's not perfect, of course, and we have our problems, but it's sad to see it characterized that way. Even by people who, like, if you just go outside of Portland, there's a lot of people in more rural Oregon who demonize Portland. And it's stupid. Like, I absolutely love Portland. I grew up in North Portland, and I think that it is a great place to be. Kowalski says, to be fair, I think Matt Walsh is more gay than you, but that's only because he pretends to have a deeper voice than what God gave. That's funny as hell. Maybe he does. I never noticed that about his voice. Although it's crazy because I kind of feel like and this is just me, you can't really judge your own voice, but I feel like I have two different voices. I feel like my conversational voice on Leftist Mafia is like an octave higher than my presentation voice, like when I'm just doing a video and I'm trying to like keep my thoughts intact. Like, I think it sounds different, so maybe I'm doing that as well. So I don't know if I can criticize Matt Walsh for that in particular, but I feel like I have two different voices. It just depends on like the setting, which is kind of weird. It could be just like me over analyzing it because like nobody's good at analyzing or hearing their own voice, but I'm not sure. That is all that I have. It's up to you now, Matt.
All right, let's do it.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom while you go through these. I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good. Where is the posts? Where are the posts? Let's see. All right, here we go. I found them. Chris with a member for 27 months super chat. 200 U.S. troops to Israel to monitor ceasefire. Can anyone say USS Liberty 2 manufacturing consent? Are we really? I didn't see that. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's our peace president, right? Keeping American soldiers home, right? Unbelievable. Bay Photo with a member for 27 months super chat. The Chicago Cubs breaking their 108-year World Series drought in 2016 jinxed everything, right? Also, while we were live, it seems like the Phillies have been eliminated. The Dodgers beat the Phillies. Phillies are out. So the Dodgers and the Blue Jays move on. Who they'll be facing in the next round? The Mariners or Tigers versus Blue Jays, and then we got Brewers or Cubs versus the Dodgers coming up next. I'd be interested in like a Brewers Mariners World Series. All right, let's see.
All right, I can pull 'em up
Okay,
for
cool.
you.
So Chris with a $10 super chat. The government of Saudi Arabia is so much worse than any other Western government companies. Nobody's calling out people that perform for companies like Coca-Cola that murders union leaders in South America. Right. No, but that's exactly what I was saying. Like, people are specifically criticizing companies who, companies and artists who are working directly for the government. And yeah, if you're gonna go perform for a company or government that's also involved with heinous shit, then you shouldn't, regardless of where they are. All right, let's see. Cold Dog with a member for 26 months super chat. They're renaming 2 roads in my city after Charlie Kirk, one at my school and the other at FAMU, Rebecca's alma mater. Oh, well. Listen, of all the horrible things that could go on, renaming some streets is not that big of a deal, honestly.
It's weird, but it's like,
yeah. Gates 9 with 2 super chats in a row. So fuck Saudi Arabia, yeah or nah? Yeah. Gates 9 again. Saudi are a linchpin for global fascism. Donna Monroe with a super chat. Little old cishet white boomer lady here. What would you have us do?
I don't remember what
Obviously,
this was in reference to.
Obviously, there was a context here that this is in reference to, but it was out of context. It was kind of funny. I mean, if you're just talking in general, just be politically aware and active, and use whatever privilege you have in whatever situation you find yourself in, where you can stand up for someone who doesn't have that privilege. Honestly, a lot of times I think it's just good to see, people who stereotypically you wouldn't, consider to have certain types of politics, stand up for people with those certain type of politics.
Boomers are like making the most fire TikToks right now. Did you see that guy who there's a video of him talking into his camera and he keeps getting muted on TikTok for dirty language? But he's like, oh, these fuckers in the Trump administration, they keep licking his asshole. Like, just like going off about Donald Trump.
Boomers hate Trump more than I think any other generation, honestly. Like, the boomer libs have been activated. They hate Trump. And they're right.
I live for their rants, honestly. If you're a boomer person and you're pissed off about Donald Trump, honestly, it is so cathartic to watch you rant. Definitely post that shit and share it. Because it's nice to know that, you're as frustrated with us, because we don't often get to see that, because like boomers and older people in general, they're not as active on the social media that younger people are active on. So if you were to like share that on TikTok, like this guy that I'm talking about is doing, I need to figure out, I can't remember his name, but like it is such good content and he's going viral because he's just like turning on his camera and just like cussing about it. Fuck Donald Trump. Like it's so funny. He's just being himself and it's so funny.
Let's see. Oh, by the way, I just realized I am 9 followers away from 7,000 followers on Twitch. So
wow.
Go to twitch.tv/MattBinder and let's see if we can get me to 7,000 followers. This isn't subscribers, and I'm not asking for your money. I mean, if you want to give me your money, you can. But 7,000, I'm 9 followers away from 7,000 free followers. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see. We got my dad with a member for 25 months super chat. Speaking of lib anti-Trump boomers, can you talk about the Portland frog? We need more inspirational stories.
I wish we
like
watched
that.
the videos.
We watched it all on the Majority Report today.
Did
we
you?
were watching it a ton on the Majority Report today. We should have watched it, but I'm sure it'll still be relevant next week. We could pull them up with everybody else.
Go follow. So if you go to the anti-fascist frog on TikTok, That's the direct account of that frog. And it's funny, he was talking to like a news broadcaster, and they asked him about getting pepper sprayed because everybody saw the video of an ICE agent spraying pepper spray into the vent that like puffs out the suit. And like my thought was, oh my god, like that's so dangerous because he's directly breathing that in. Apparently, he said he did not even realize it for like 15 minutes until somebody let him know, and he's like, I've had more spicy things. And what's crazy is he has a second frog suit, so he just brought a different one the next day without pepper spray. So like the individual in the frog suit is already an icon and a legend. So follow the anti-fascist frog because that person is fucking hilarious. I gotta try to like link up with this person because they're in Portland too. That would be funny as fuck to bring them on the show because yeah, they are fun. Although I don't want them to break their character because they're also doing activism that might be bad for them to like expose their real like identity. But I'm obsessed with the anti-fascist frog.
Well, Sam Cedar had a great, he said, typically he's anti like people who like are silly at protests, like wearing like the costumes and stuff like that. He thinks it doesn't like, I guess people don't take it as seriously if it's a serious protest, but he thinks specifically for the anti-ICE protesting that the costumes are fantastic because it completely destroys what they're trying to manufacture. Like they're trying to make it seem like these are cities on fire with violent protesters and the ICE agents are fighting these like highly organized paramilitary groups of Antifa fighters or something. And then you see the video and it's like a bunch of frogs and dogs and like the blow up costumes, shaking their ass in the street, and that's it. They're dancing in the street in these silly costumes. It makes ICE look ridiculous.
Aside from that, there's also a bunch of older protesters who had a little get together with their dogs, and they did like a protest with their dogs. I forgot what it was called, Pause Against something or whatever. But it was really, really cute to watch. Like this is what you expect from Portland. And it's funny, I also saw a picture of National Guard members. They were eating outside of Voodoo Donuts next to a sign that says "Keep Portland Weird." And it's crazy because like we're supposed to be this war-ravaged city, but yet they have time to see all the tourist attractions and enjoy the local culture. It's just fucking crazy. But yeah,
Right.
the frog shit, the silliness is, I think, so welcome.
Tropical Ding Dong with a super chat. Picasso. Is that Bush Picasso? Picasso. JJ Sayin 117 with the super chat. I enjoyed today's fun half with you, Brandon and Sam. I didn't know wearing animal costumes or others to a protest can make ICE look foolish. So this was before I even said that. Yeah, that was what we were talking about earlier in the majority report. It's absolutely right. Like it makes ICE look absolutely ridiculous that they are standing there completely decked out in their armor and their weaponry, and they're standing face to face with a guy twerking in a blow up frog costume. Like that's who they're there for. It makes them look ridiculous. They look stupid, and not just like haha, it destroys what they're trying to claim, that they're there keeping law and order in the city from falling, and it's just literally like a dozen people outside dancing in the street.
Mm-hmm. There's even some Portland police members who like they were filming like a little dance party. I don't know where this was. It didn't look like it was near the South Portland ICE facility. I don't know where it was, but they were like having a little dance party, and they filmed a Portland cop who was like dancing along, and they came over and was like having a good time with the protesters and like dancing. Like it's just a vibe. Like these are not dangerous fucking people. So
I mean,
it's so funny to see the juxtaposition between like these militarized federal agents and these goofballs who are just having fun.
In a lot of these clips, though, it does seem like the local law enforcement is getting sick of this shit too. Like there are clips of local law enforcement and ICE agents going at it between each other. Like I think they're getting tired of it. I mean, it makes their life more difficult. Like
Mhm.
they probably know how easy it is to manage these little protests, and then ICE comes along and fucking ramps it up, agitates people, and makes their life even harder. And then they're dealing with ICE agents shooting fucking bullets and rubber bullets and smoke bombs and shit like that.
Mhm. Who have no training whatsoever. Like the
Right.
police, they are like they do have training for this kind of shit. It's obviously the worst training ever, but like just in terms of professionality, like the difference between regular local police and ICE is like night and day because ICE is like some random fucking groiper online who signs up to get that 50K bonus, whereas like at least cops have to go through a little bit of training and police academy, and they have to like they have to be at least somewhat qualified, whereas with ICE it's just like seemingly any dickhead, so it's just yeah.
Let's see.
And not to say like I'm not saying not ACAB, I'm just saying like the difference between ICE and local police is insane because I'm ACAB till I die, but like it's just fucking crazy.
No, but
the
it's not.
difference.
You're not being like back the blue by just pointing out obvious facts. Like the police, the local law enforcement are most likely, especially if it's regular protests with regular protesters, are most likely familiar with some of these people or a large amount of them and know who they're there to who they need to keep an eye on, and who's just like, oh, that's just the guy who the guy in the chicken costume, he's that all these things, he's nothing to worry about, I'm just here to make sure he doesn't block traffic, it makes my life easy. Like they don't want to deal with this shit. Like it's not being back blue to just point this out. Like
right,
it's their fucking job. They don't want to fucking deal with ICE coming in, making their little job harder.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Jay Cass with a super chat. Where's your newsboy cap? That's a bitchin' cap, bruh. I didn't get rid of my newsboy cap, and it's not really a newsboy cap, but here you go. There's my. Here you go. There you go. Extra, read all about it. Wait, how do they say it in like the movies? Like extra, right? They say it funny, right?
Yeah,
It's
weird. Like an overly exaggerated New York accent.
Extra, read all about it. I'm wearing my soccer headband today.
Okay, it looked like you had a headband.
Different moods. When your hair is long, you gotta deal with a lot of shit.
Yeah,
it's
headband's probably annoying. Easy.
Looney Tunes 9000. This was the only episode where Ari was on crack. What?
Shrooms are very different than crack.
Yeah. Although she did crack me up when she heard when she heard the Straggett thing, and she said, "Oh, is it a Jew? Is that a Jew?" Oh.
I'm surprised that she and Rebecca haven't heard that before.
Yeah. Dan David with a super chat. Dan Dave, excuse me, the super chat. $10 super chat. I am an ex-Muslim who got asylum in Canada. Treatment of ex-Muslims, religious minorities in Muslim world is apartheid. Non-Muslims are banned from constitutional posts, having authority over Muslims. Right. No, listen. You're not going to get anyone here who's like, there should be countries ruled by Muslim doctrine or law. Like Islamophobia means you hate or are racist or xenophobic to people because they're a Muslim. It doesn't mean like, it's the same thing when it's like, you don't think there should be a Jewish state and it's with Israel? No, there shouldn't be. If it was up to me, there'd be no state based on a specific religion, giving people of that religion a higher place in society, which is what happens. I mean, I always say, if you hear anyone say that, just ask them, oh, is the United States a Christian nation? And they'll go, no. or if they're not like a rabid right winger or a fascist, they'll go no, and you'll be like, why not? Some people believe it is, and they'll be like, well, it's not, and then you just say, but why is that bad? Why are you so adamant it's not? Why would that be bad? Because obviously you think that's bad because you're refusing that it is.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll tell you why it's bad. And the same thing is accurate. Those same reasons why it would be bad for the United States to be a Christo-fascist country is the same reason why it's bad for there to be a Jewish ethno-state or a Muslim ethno-state. I believe there should be no state based on any religion. And to be completely clear here, I also believe that people who are Christian, Jewish, Muslim, or whatever should be able to practice their religion in any of those states, completely free of persecution, and be able to openly be what they are. The point is that no one is forcing a religion or the lack of religion or whatever it may be on anyone. People have the freedom to choose, what they want to practice.
Or not practice.
Or not practice, yes.
Because I'm an anti-theist. I think religion generally is harm, but I believe in freedom. Like I want people to be able to celebrate, or not celebrate, be able to practice their religion. But I also don't think that they should use the government to enforce.
I don't agree with you
religion.
totally. I feel like I used to maybe back in the day, but I do think I agree to the point where I don't think religion should be necessary, as there's proof, like you and me, that people can be completely functional and caring people without that basis of religion. But for people who need that, I'm not against that if that gives them a sense of community and caring and it makes them sort of not psychopaths. I'm fine with that. If the belief in a heaven and how you act on earth gets you there is what makes you be a good person, that's concerning. But also if you are a good person because of that, then I'll take it. It'd be better than you being a bad person. Chepsa with a super chat. What do you think of the Hassan recent bad faith drama? Just attacking him as a way to disparage the left. Yeah, I mean, they'll always go after Hassan because of how big he is. I mean, that's simple.
They're looking for anything.
I mean, I don't know the deal with the dog thing. I know he showed. I mean, I vaguely was following it just because it was all over the place on Twitter. I could care less because it did not. It came across as completely bad faith based on who was, doing it. Obviously, if there was an issue actually there where there was some sort of animal abuse going on, then the literal tens of thousands of Hassan's viewers would notice something at some point, and they would have been the first ones to criticize him because they would have seen it first. Seems pretty simple there. I mean, people criticizing him for like his general reaction to the dog yelping or whatever. I mean, give me a break. I understand the concern as to why the dog yelped or if Hassan caused it, but that was completely based on speculation. That turned out to be wrong. But like the idea that, like, listen, animals do all sorts of shit. If you've ever had I've had how many dogs in my life? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on this is my 6th dog now, I think. Second cat. I've had tons of other pets, a ferret, tons of birds, like lovebirds or whatever when I was a kid. More fish than you could imagine, all sorts of animals. A frog, 2 or 3 turtles.
I had a frog.
Animals do their own thing, each of them specific to their own, not only own individual animal, but also to their species, their breed. So many things specific to them based on all these different factors. And on top of that, like the treating animals as human, will always be so bizarre to me. And that's not coming from someone who doesn't get animals or love animals. I love animals. I think the worst thing you could do to an animal is treat them like a human or any other thing they are not. A dog needs to be treated like a dog because that's what they are. You got to feed them whatever dietary needs a dog needs. You can't feed them like a human. You need to give them whatever a dog needs because they're not a human. They think differently than a human. They feel differently than a human. They are unique, just like a cat. Like a cat. I know. I remember talking to someone who was vegan, and they were looking into their cat being vegan, and they found out that they couldn't do that because cats literally cannot be vegan; they'll die. They need to eat meat. They cannot be vegan. Like, I think it's weird when people do that sort of thing. The show that you love your animal is to give them what they need and treat them as if they are whatever animal they are.
It's
Doesn't mean
also
you love
weird
them any less because you're not pushing them around in a little stroller and giving them hamburgers from McDonald's. No. Like
the
I saw some
stroller is
people
okay, but
I saw some
hamburger is
people.
enough.
I saw some people. The reason I'm saying is because I saw some people like getting mad, even after all this, getting mad that Hassan, when the dog yelped, was like, "Oh, what the fuck, Kaya," or whatever. What's going on, Kaya? Like he didn't like run over and like the dog was clearly fine. There was nothing wrong. If you've had a dog, you'll know that for all sorts of different reasons. My dog once woke up from a dream yelped out loud, and I wasn't like, "Oh my god, what's wrong? Are you okay?" I looked at them. I went, "What the hell was that? Why did you do that?" It scared the shit out of me because clearly they were fine.
I will say that I am the kind of person that babies my dog and I run over to them when they yelp. And Hassan, like afterwards, he was like, "Yeah, I mean, like I understand it looked bad. I should have checked on her and whatever." But like the fact of the matter is that he literally did nothing wrong, and it's clear if you watch the video. Kaya's dew claw just got like snagged on the bed. My dog also has dew claws, and like if I have like a crocheted blanket, like Poopy will be walking on the couch, it'll get snagged and he'll yelp. Um, it's just you can't put them in a bubble. They're gonna like things like that are gonna happen. It doesn't mean that Hassan is a bad owner. And they were like also saying he was trying to keep her on camera so she could be like used as a prop. But his explanation was actually completely valid. He's like, no, I like say place. I give her the place command because I don't want her lying on the floor because she gets off the bed, lies on the floor, and that's really bad for her joints as a bigger dog. And he has a hardwood floor. So it's just the
But
problem
also,
is that like
you don't know the training the dog's going under. You don't know if there's a
right.
behavioral issue that he's trying to work on throughout the day. My current dog, Terry, who I love very much, he's 2 years old. We adopted him when he was like 6 weeks. He's a Catahoula leopard dog and lab. He's a mix. He is very, very active, very rambunctious, doesn't listen to a lot of he'll be perfectly so he doesn't eat his food until we say eat. And he'll sit in front of that food for as long as you literally drooling from the mouth, not going for the food until we say eat. Super well trained for that in that aspect. Yet we take him on the elevator, and I got to literally like hold him with my entire body because if anyone walks on the elevator, he gets so excited in the confined space that he'll try to lunge at them to play with them, and nothing you say to him will stop him. And we're trying to work on that. So you don't know what the issue is, but also like he has a crate that I didn't want to use anymore. But when we're not home and he's not in the crate, he gets very, very agitated. He gets very anxious. He gets anxiety through the roof, and he'll just bark all day. When we're not home, though, and we put him in the crate, calm as can be, sleeping like a baby, he just feels comfortable in there. So when we're going to be gone for long periods of time, we give him what he needs in there, and we put him in his crate, and he's more comfortable than he'd be if he was freely roaming around, basically pacing the room, barking all day, wearing himself out. You don't know what the specific dog is like, and that's our specific dog prefers to be in his little safe space.
It just sucks because it doesn't really matter if there's anything that they can clip out to make him look bad. they're gonna do that because Hassan is like the biggest left-wing streamer around. So they're gonna try to sniff out anything that could potentially be a controversy and boost that as high as they can boost it. It sucks because he shouldn't have to defend himself from stuff like that. But yeah, it's the way it is. It's bad faith, but um, yeah, it's just because he's very big and everything is a scandal that people can get their hands on. There's like a whole industrial complex of Hassan haters online, and it sucks. But I think that Hassan handled it with grace and understanding, and I give him credit because I would be like, "Fuck you" for saying that about me. Like I would be pissed off. Like it's on one hand, like it's great that people are concerned who were genuinely concerned about animal well-being, but I think a lot of this was extremely bad faith from like the bigger people, the Asmongold's, the XQCs, the Ethan Kleins. I don't think they gave a shit at all. I think they just wanted like some kind of a gotcha and any excuse to cancel Hassan. So it sucks that he has to deal with this, but unfortunately, it's just like that's going to be what any leftist who gets to that size, unfortunately, has to expect. Which is why I never want to get to that size because I don't think I'd be as graceful as Hassan. I think I'd probably crash out over that because it's hard to be under that much of a microscope.
Right. All right. Let's see. We went for a while with that dog.
Yeah, we did.
But I, as someone who has a dog, I wasn't even just so much like the attacks on Hassan, which were bad faith and stupid. It was like just people totally not knowing anything about having a dog or an animal and what comes with it and how different. You just don't know. You can't, like, obviously if he's like on camera actually abusing the dog, that's different. But there are literal training things you need to do with dogs based on their behavior that you need to do. And having a dog stay in a spot so they learn to listen to commands makes total sense depending on what that dog's behavior is. Again, dogs are not people. For a dog to live a happy life as a dog, which was what they are, they can't roam freely throughout the house whenever they want because there's something that they can't do that'll harm them. You just don't know.
Mm-hmm. I'll also say it's so unfortunate that it was like the perfect storm because like if you watch the clip, you don't see that beforehand his internet crashed, so he was already flustered. So that's why it seemed like he came off as like uncaring, and then it looked like he pressed something, and then that's exactly when Kaya yelped. So like if I didn't know who Hassan was and I saw that clip, I'd be like, oh shit, this dude just shocked his dog. What the fuck? So it was easy for like the bad faith people to get the good faith people on board to be like, see, he's a piece of shit like we were telling you, which sucks. But I think he did a great job of like explaining it and proving them wrong. He showed the collar. And yeah, that's all you can do. I mean, people are gonna either believe the worst about him or not, but yeah, it just on we go, right?
So someone said, I disagree. If you can't let your dog roam freely, then you need to change up your home.
He does let the dog roam freely, though.
I'll give you a perfect example of why that's false. My wife, when she lived with her parents, they had an upstairs and they had 2 Shih Tzus, and one of the Shih Tzus fell down the stairs and broke her rib. Those dogs were no longer allowed to roam freely throughout the house. They were not allowed to roam freely. If they wanted to go upstairs, they didn't go upstairs anymore until someone was going up with them and stayed up there with them because they weren't allowed to come downstairs either. So again, dogs are not human beings. That dog is not missing out on anything by not being able to go up the stairs when they want to. They don't need to get upstairs. It's not something they need to do up there. You don't know.
If I don't shut my bathroom door, Poopy will eat entire rolls of toilet paper and get sick. So he's not allowed in bathrooms. Well, we did cover this. I feel like we've talked about that enough to where like we basically cover this because we didn't get to really touch on that tonight.
All right, let's go to Punk and Spunk. I just want to shout out Quarantine Collective. They're currently handing out inflatable costumes in Portland. That's great. I love that.
Are they really? That's amazing.
Mr. Braindead.
Go ahead.
With a super chat. I didn't get to make it to tonight's full show, but I watched the show with Laverne Cox, and thank God we're still fully trans rights are human rights. Yeah, of course.
Oh,
This
of
was-
course.
Why would you think anything else about this show?
Yeah, but that's how we're always gonna be. 10 toes down.
Chips with another super chat. Saudi Arabia is not the worst country. America is. It's the global cap empire that's unironically maintained Saudi Arabia's power and facilitated genocides. I mean, I'm not arguing with you about any of this.
I think that's
but
fair.
none of us are performing for the U.S. government or shows created by the U.S. government. And if I did a live show in the United States of America, it would be me putting together a show in a private deal with the venue or whatever promoter or booking agent is running that venue. It wouldn't be me going through the Saudi royal family to put on the event. That's the difference.
Right. I did get a couple more. I'm not sure if you still have others as well.
Bay Photo with a super chat. Trump said Pritzker and Johnson should be arrested for not protecting ICE. I'm sorry, I thought ICE was supposed to be tough, not a bunch of weak betas.
Right.
What do they want? Pritzker to put his body in front of every single ICE agent? I mean,
yeah,
just stand in front of them. David the Goliath with a $10 super chat. If Pakistan can be created in the name of religion, why can't Israel? If you want Israel gone, are you okay with Israeli Jews being a minority under Muslims? It is hypocrisy to be okay with Pakistan but not Israel. Why did you? I literally just said no country should be ruled by religious dogma. I just said that. Why are you ignoring exactly what I just said? There should be no country, Pakistan, Israel, whatever you want to name it, that is a Christian state, Muslim state, Jewish state, Buddhist state, Hindu state. You want me to go through all the religions? I don't know. Scientology state.
Couple thousand.
Yeah, I could keep going. No, there shouldn't be.
Yeah, I feel like you were very clear about that too.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why they were how they took that from your what you were saying.
Aiden M with a super chat. Trump said the stuff about him in the Epstein files is fake. Can someone ask him how fake in details, please? Someone should ask him what is fake. We don't even know what's fake. Do you know what's faked in there? Can you tell us what's faked?
I wish.
John Jeffrey with a super chat. Never would have been a problem if he had a cat. Well, let me tell you something. I have a cat, and cats, at least my cat, love to fucking do the thing where they come up right to your feet while you're walking and rub up, like literally go around your feet.
Trip you.
And and does it to my kids and me and my wife. And a few times over the years, because the cat did that, somebody stepped on their toe, their foot, their tail. Not hard, lightly, but the cat feels it and immediately goes, ah! And we don't jump down and go, oh, my baby. Oh, no. Oh, no. The fucking cat is a 6 or 7-year-old cat playing with fire, knows exactly what could happen, and he did something stupid. And we know he's fine. It's not like he fell off fell out of the 6-story window. That'd be different. He probably still landed on his feet, but we go, Sabu, come on, move out of the way, Sabu. That's the name of the cat. We don't go, oh, Sabu, are you okay?
It's funny because that's literally what I do. If my cat trips me, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
No, he's fucking playing with fire. He knows exactly what's going to happen, stupid cat.
I
love him.
profusely apologize to my cat if my cat trips me.
I love him. I love my cat. Absolutely. I mean, my first cat ever was my previous cat. I'm new to cats. This is my second cat. My previous cat, we adopted her and she was very sick. She had an autoimmune disease, and by the time she was 3 or 4 years old, we were giving her fluids to help fight the autoimmune disease so she could live as comfortably as possible, as happy as possible, as normal as possible for as long as possible. And we were daily fluids at one point towards the end there. So anyone who wants to tell me that I'm not an animal lover, you go fuck themselves. But at the same time, I'm not babying them when they're doing something stupid. They got to learn.
I'm the biggest babyer. I'm part of the problem. I'm a millennial dog dad and cat dad exclusively, so I would die for them. So
You can't baby. You can't baby. I also don't baby my kids. They do something stupid. Like obviously they fall on the floor outside and they get hurt. I check to make sure they're okay. But if they're fooling around in the house and they're telling them to stop doing something, and they do something and get not something big, like a little boo boo, a little injury, a little like they scraped their knee or something, I'm not gonna go, oh my god, I told you not to do that. Why'd you do it? You went ahead and did it. See what happens?
Tough love. Okay, I think the next one is gonna be Choky for you, right?
Choky with a super chat. Galactic News Network has YouTube channel taken down for no reason. Please, could you raid him and retweet his YouTube appeal? Who's Galactic News Network?
That sounds familiar, but it's I can't remember specifically who that is, but that's that sucks. Yeah, we'll raid them if they're live tonight on Twitch for sure.
I don't see. I looked up Galactic News Network and I'm getting a Star Wars cosplayer. Someone literally
really?
dressed up like a soldier in the Empire, doing like a CNN type show as if there was a CNN in Star Wars.
Oh, I didn't even. I'm not logged into the Twitch. Let me get that really quick. I do have a couple more super chats also that I got while you were reading yours.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, read the super chats.
Okay, let me switch here. Okay.
People are getting mad at me for keep talking about the pet thing, but nothing bothers me more than people who treat their pets like they're humans. So I'm going on a rant mostly because of that. Not even Hassan.
Damn.
I hate that shit so much.
Okay, so I have one from Lizzie who says, as a suggestion, please reach out to Legia Miller as a LM guest. She's a progressive attorney who provides video essays regarding federal law. I would love to. I actually love her content. I watch her, a lot of her videos. I don't know for mutuals, actually. I'll have to try to connect with her. That would be a really great guest. And Goofy Goober agrees. I second Lizzie's super chat, Legia Miller, on the show. Yeah, I would love to bring her on. I fucking love her. I think she's brilliant. That's a great recommendation, actually. Mr. Sushi says, personally believe religious people should be treated the same as an adult that believes in Santa. We should base thoughts on facts and evidence. I think that's a blunt but fair point. Emo Dragon says, I'd say George Carlin, Mitch Hedberg, Daniel Tosh, and Mark Maron are my top 5 stand-ups. Who do you like? I'd have to say David Cross. Maybe Mark Maron. I would have said Bill Burr, but not anymore. I don't have a top 5. Probably just like David Cross. I can't say Mark Maron because I've never seen like a full stand-up. I don't think I've ever seen Tosh's stand-up. I used to watch Tosh.0, but I don't know if I'm familiar with the stand-up. Maybe I saw a clip here or two, or here or there, but yeah, I gotta see who's the good ones now. A bunch of them sold out. Mr. Sushi says, also for Matt, Barcelona or Real Madrid? The Emo Dragon.
Oh, for me, I'm not. Maybe I want to go Barcelona. I'm not sure. I actually, when it comes to like European soccer, I watch it, but I'm not really as invested. I'm someone who needs a home team to root for. So when it comes to that, club wise, I'm a MLS NYCFC guy. Yeah.
Oh, somebody said Jones City says Josh Johnson. I actually do like Josh Johnson. I've seen some of his stand up. He's also he's a host on the Daily Show. I love Josh Johnson. That's another one. Yeah. Yeah, he's great. Let me see here. The emo dragon says meant to say Anthony Jeselnik too. Appreciate you too.
Jeselnik.
Jeselnik. Okay, I've never heard of that person.
Oh, he had a show
I'll
on
look
like
him-
Comedy Central for a while. He was a pretty big comedian at a specific point in time.
Oh, okay.
And he's still around, obviously. I'm just saying, like,
Maybe if I saw their face, maybe I'd recognize it, but the name doesn't ring a bell to me for some reason. Mr. Sushi says Ela Klein posted a drawing from a Nazi about Haas. I saw that. Yeah, she shared a comic on Instagram. It was an Instagram story of Hassan shocking his dog, and the same person who drew a comic of her as an IDF soldier killing children. So it's ironic.
The person she shared had way more worse comics than even that. Just like clearly racist comics about black people. Clearly
I didn't even know
racist.
this about that person because
It's really bad. And I mean, honestly, you can tell before, like you that excuse that like, oh, she didn't know because the Hassan one didn't show anything like that. What is she supposed to know their entire archive of comics? I mean, honestly, if you showed me a specific comic, I can suss out pretty accurately and pretty quickly whether it's a fascist drawing it, because they have a very specific art style. I could have told you that guy was going to have a horrible racist Nazi comics just by looking at his art style.
And if they're making like a comic about somebody who's anti-fascist, maybe, and they're that quick to it, I don't know, maybe check their catalog of art. Kowalski says city people should not have dogs. Get a cat. Dogs deserve to be out in the countryside hunting wild animals and protecting the flock. How dare you, Kowalski? I
mean, there's probably like that's it. You could make. I mean, I know Kowalski's being silly, but you could make that if you really care about like animals and being. I mean, you could make that argument. The dog can't roam freely in an apartment, right? They need nice big open space, especially some breeds. I mean, I come from the belief that if you love the animal and take care of it, the space, whatever you provide for it doesn't matter, because that animal could have been put down for not being adopted for all if you didn't come along. Because there's a lot of fucking dogs out there getting put down every single day because there's no one adopting them. So like, I'm of the idea that if it's someone who actually cares for the animal and loves the animal, whatever it is, they could provide them. Like people who see like, those like squatter punks who like are outside with they usually have like a dog. You know what I'm talking about? You probably see it in Portland all the time. And people are like, oh, they shouldn't have dogs. Why? Why not? That dog might have been put down if that person didn't come along. Dogs, as long as they're feeding that dog and showing that dog love, who cares? That dog probably is happier outside with that owner than if they were in a cage in a kennel or at
Yeah, I mean, that's if you ever like listen to people who are unhoused who have dogs, like they are the best of friends. Like they save each other. So yeah. I also got a member chat. Thank you, Celeste, member for 7 months. And last but not least, Chalky follows up saying it's Galactic Stream Lord on Twitch. So yeah, and that's the last super chat. So we'll go ahead and raid them.
All right, well, let me look up Galactic Streamlord. Let's see. Galactic. Oh, wait, hold on. Over on Twitch really quick. I'm sorry. I totally forgot. You didn't press raid yet, right?
No, not yet.
All right, I just have a few. Thank you to the Surfs for the raid. Oh, I hit 7,000 followers on Twitch. Thank you so much, everyone.
Oh, nice.
Jen Sue 3034 subscribed for 1 month at tier 1 and gave out a community gift sub. Thank you so much, Jen Sue. Planet Janet 1000 subscribed for 1 month at tier 1. Really appreciate that. Valis Nova gave me 30 bits. 60 bits total. Thank you so much. And Hello Lovely Scientist resubscribed for 24 months at tier 1. They've been subscribed for 25 months. Thank you so much, Hello Lovely Scientist. And the Blue Witch just cheered 1 bit. Thank you so much, the Blue Witch. I appreciate it. Yeah. All right, let's what is the channel name again? Galactic.
It is Galactic Streamlord.
All right, let's raid Galactic Streamlord. Sounds good to me. You pressing it?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I gotta press the start raid button first. Hold on.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. It's been super, super fun. I will see you all. We'll see you next Thursday. Take care, everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. It was a good show. I'm pressing that raid now button.
All right. Take care, everybody.